God, this is going to be the first game I've ever DM'd for you guys, and I'm
Oh my
terrified.
God!
Right.
I don't.
Well, brace yourself, Bridget.
I'm so sorry.
Aaron has the PTSD.
Aaron's poor NPCs got verbally abused by us in his campaign.
They were like, "Hello, greetings, traveler," and we're like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah.
Welcome for the third time to Exquisite Adventure. I'm your host,
Jeremy. Or Jeremiah. Whatever works for you. I assume this isn't your first time listening to this podcast, but if it is, welcome. But also, maybe go back and listen to episode 1 and 2, because they're really funny, and the story might not make sense without them. Then again, it might not make sense with them, considering the format. But you know what? Happy to have you. Welcome, and thank you for listening. As a quick explanation, this is the podcast where me and my friends, who happen to be improvisers and voice actors, play Dungeons & Dragons and change DM every episode because we like chaos and miscommunication and making each other do voices that we don't want to do. But hopefully those voices and that chaos is really fun to listen to, so I hope you enjoy it. A quick content warning, we definitely swear, and there might be some more uncouth things and topics in the episode, so if you're not okay with that, please use your best discretion. But if you stick around, we're super happy to have you, and without further ado, let's continue the adventure. All right, everybody.
Connoisseur.
Okay, the DM's wrangling
How are we
us.
feeling? How are we feeling right now? Is everyone
Let's
ready?
check in. What
Everyone ready?
Oh, do we have
Feeling
to? I have
hot.
to do the classic intro, right?
Yep.
hit me.
Ooh woo?
Ooh, woo! Who's ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Woo! All right, everybody.
Are we winning points with? Are we embracing, or are we like mocking the furry community with that one? What's the where?
Is that a furry thing?
Is that a furry thing?
Yeah, that is,
Ooh,
isn't
is
it? Ooh woo.
Isn't
No,
it?
I
it's
have
a
no
weeb
idea.
thing.
Are you
Oh, we can
Anime
mock the
lovers.
weed.
We
Are
can
you
mock weed.
sure?
We have
We can-
several in this call,
I-
so
We can
Yeah.
mock the
Jeremy
weed.
speaks Japanese fluently.
I thought it
No, I
was.
don't.
I thought the
No,
whole
I don't.
thing. I thought the whole thing was ooh woo notices bulge. Like that was the whole thing. Like that. You guys don't. That's a whole thing.
It's a whole.
Ooh woo, what's this? And then then
mean,
they have an
the
asterisk
furry-
notices bulge. That's like a whole.
Slayer
You guys
knows.
not know?
okay, not to
I can't
derail my own
pretend to be
campaign immediately,
familiar
but
at all with.
the
You can't
weeb
derail it if it
furry-
hasn't
furry-
started.
I want to say furries, get in here. I love you guys, but
Yeah.
I swear that
I
I
agree.
swear that is. I don't know if I miss.
Danny's right there.
If I'm misfurring.
Danny
Is that a
literally
thing?
has bunny ears
I have
right now.
bunny ears.
It's true. It's true.
I have bunny ears, and I've never heard ooh woo.
Yeah,
I swear. Maybe I came from an alternate reality where that's a thing. And
I'm pretty sure those communities are just related.
Yeah, you're from the
enough. There's a bu-
Berenstein Scott
Yeah.
family.
There's just like enough overlap.
the bear wound scene.
The
Bears.
Beowin.
Bear wound
Beowin.
scene. Bears.
Beowin.
All right. Last we left our heroes.
Are you about to give us a recap?
Well, last we left our heroes, we were on a boat. Again. But now with a dubious teenager.
Dubious.
In all seriousness, after chasing the trail of a certain Lady Lenora Assistoci, our wedding party found itself on a Boot Island, or whatever it was called. There they found a mysterious, heinous cult, rituals, sacrifices, and tiki bar. It was then they spotted and met up with Lady Lenora, who in exchange for the letter to
That's a tongue
in exchange
twister.
for her letter to Svaxthy, asked their help in performing her ritual. During the ritual, the wedding party was attacked. Multiple figures cloaked in shadow rushed in with unclear and yet malicious motives. Combat ensued and the party stood victorious, leaving a single assailant, alive and left that assailant with Lady Lenora as they set sail with their new-found friend, Mewtwo. We find our heroes, the wedding party, in the boat coming ashore. Where exactly do you guys want to land? Like back at the docks, on the beach?
Well,
On my feet.
Oh, we should land somewhere that we can easily get out of the boat. My bones can't take any more sliding or climbing.
You're the one who was doing combat rolls, so you really only have yourself to blame.
And I regret it so much. I think one of my ribs is slid up into my shoulder. It's, I'm going to have to get checked out after this one.
I could do a medicine roll.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, I'll medicine roll you. That's an 18, and I don't want to do math. How's his ribs?
His
I don't-
ribs?
I don't know that I took any damage.
I think they're fine, yeah.
The more time I spend with you, Mr. Kringus, the more convinced I am you're making your entire deal up.
Are you sure? I am in a enormous amount of pain all the time. I take potions every day to keep the sickness from consuming me.
Where are the potions?
Where?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in my laboratory.
Hmm.
I didn't have any on me when I was kidnapped by Svaxthy, so I have to go back and drink some.
Otherwise, what? You're gonna just kill over?
No, I will just be in slightly more pain than I would usually be.
Well, that doesn't sound like that big of a deal.
Like going from a 4 or 5 to maybe a 6.
Yeah, I really don't think that's much of a difference.
Oh, you think not?
maybe doesn't, require our immediate attention.
Oh, okay.
Considering we've got a kidnapped child
Oh, it's
on the
fine.
boat with us here,
I will
Hey.
sit through
and
it.
we've got a letter that we got to return in what time is it? 3:32 about in the morning. So what? A few hours till we got to get this back to Svaxthy?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's more
No,
pressing than your medicine.
If
Sorry,
I
buddy.
recall, our only job was to give a letter to Lady Lenora. Svaxthy never said anything about taking her letter back.
No.
No, but he did say she would do. She would provide. She had a means
That's
of
true.
doing the same, and it seems her means was just giving
Oh,
us the
well.
letter and sending us back to him.
Maybe. In which case, how did she... Wait. So,
I have the letter.
did... Hold on. I'm thinking. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, so she wrote this letter in response to the one that we gave her, correct?
No, she said she wrote it ahead of time.
What? That doesn't make any... How does... There's something is fishy about all this.
Yep.
There's a lot that's fishy about this whole situation, but I'd rather live, so I'm not
Oh,
going to
I
ask any
suppose.
questions.
Yeah, sure is something troupy about this situation.
Yep. Reeks of trouble.
Indeed.
It's then that you come into the dock. The fishy smell seems to be from all the freshly caught and, gutted trout all around. It's pretty calm at the docks, being so early in the morning, although there are some fishermen starting to stir as they're going to head out fairly soon. By the time you actually get to the docks, it's probably around, not a specific time, but you can start to see what looks like the sun coming up. Like, you can't see the sun itself, but, there is light on the horizon. And you find your place. You find a nice place to stow your boat. I assume not the same place that you stole the other one from.
No, is Captain Cupulus still going on a rampage on the docks?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
I'll make one.
That's a 2, so I'm not going to do any math.
I got a 17 total.
Jingus, you spot... You didn't see Captain Cupulus the first time.
No.
I think maybe you heard about him on the way over or something a little bit. But you do see what looks to be a squid man who, that's pretty common around here. Talking to a town guard, someone with the emblem of the Duke Jibshin. Over by the dock, he seems to be in a rage, and if you really listen, you can hear,
Yar, I be here last night, and
2 ghosts come and they steal me vessel. They steal me vessel, and I say they must have been the greatest ghosts because they were able to undo the black seaman's knot.
Oh, were you guys there when the ghosts undid the black seaman's knot?
Yep. We
Wow.
heard about that. Yep.
Did you see it?
No, you can't see ghosts. I'm afraid.
Oh,
Jingus.
that sounds incredible.
Well, we might have done it actually.
You know what? Since we're here, I'm gonna just stretch, grab a carrot out of my backpack, break off a piece of it, start to chew it. Hey, what's up, Doc?
I feel so much pain in my body right now.
Good. That's what I was hoping for.
It's indigestion, but I feel like there's something added onto it, and I'm not sure from where.
The entire party, except for Bugbear, feels like an intense dread just immediately after hearing those words.
And I breathe a breath of fresh air. Exhale with joy.
All right, well, you haven't been impeded, although there are a couple officers around, it seems. Are you guys gonna where are you headed?
Far from them?
Yes, preferably not close to them.
I think we should go straight to Svaxthy with the letter.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way out. You definitely, unless you guys are going like particularly stealthy, some of the guards would have seen you, but they wouldn't necessarily have like thought, oh yes, those are the ghosts. So you guys carry on, walking through the Pumble Docks across the Huadar, and you make your way all the way back to Svaxthy's estate, which I believe is inside, like the Duke Gyptians like keep is this like massive kind of thing in the north of the town or north of the city, right? And there's not huge walls, but there are, maybe 12-foot stone walls that go all the way around it with a gate that you can go through. And inside there's his own estate, like for Svaxthy, and that's where you guys left the first time. So you make your way back. The guards know who you are and let you in. I'm assuming you just go straight to Svaxthy?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You enter the estate and you find a butler there. Right this way. He leads you down the hallways, up the stairs, and over to Svaxthy's study, which, as you guys know, he actually doesn't usually spend a lot of time in there. He prefers to be in his dungeon, but he seems to be there this day. You enter. Yes. Hello. I see you've come back. Have you delivered the letter?
I sure did. Got yours too.
Good. Oh, thank you. He slowly walks around the desk, grabs the letter opener, painstakingly, slowly cuts open the letter, opens it.
Is he going to
Close it
read it in front of us?
Good. It is nice to know that I have not foreseen the wrong people for the job. Your next task. As you all know, before a Lamgoh wedding, there must be the ball thrown by both families for them to meet. This is tradition, of course, and is unavoidable. So, I'm going to need you all to go as my representatives, as such that I, the groom, and Lady Lenora, the bride, are not allowed to assume any role at the ball. There, you must make sure that things go smoothly, mingle with the crowd, and make sure that no one gets up to any business. I've heard of a couple misdealings around with the Mamaxon family, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. With that, there's a couple things to note. There's the rings. The rings at this wedding will be quite a treasure. Irreplaceable, actually. I'm going to need you all to watch them like a hawk at the wedding. They'll be under glass right in the center of the ballroom. They better be there
At the ball? They're leaving the rings unattended in the middle of the ball in a case?
Not unattended. There are guards everywhere, but we need to make sure that nothing happens to them.
Well, it just seems like that's inviting trouble, to leave them out in... Unless this is tradition, then who am I to question it? Oh, great
Of course
Svaxthy.
it's tradition.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yeah, Jingus, you ain't never been to a Lamgoh wedding before?
No, I'm afraid.
Not one this high profile.
What's the ratio of times that these rings get stolen at these kind of weddings?
Oh, it's rare, but as this wedding is between someone of the family of the Duke and someone of the Assastochi, it is quite highbrow and very prone to others' eyes.
Wait, can we backtrack just a little bit? Are you saying the ball is tonight?
The ball will be held tonight.
And
we're still
not-
4 days out from the wedding?
Yes. This ball is not for, as you know, it's tradition. This ball is not for the people in the wedding. It's for the families to co-mingle beforehand. And that way they can voice any problems they find. And I need you all to make sure that doesn't happen.
So basically, we need to make sure everybody's happy there.
Yes.
Everyone thinks, the party's swell. They think you're swell. Is that our job? We got to make sure everyone thinks you're swell?
I think perhaps that might be your job,
Very
Mr.
astute,
Cumberbunny.
Mr.
No.
Bugbear.
Oh,
I was going to ask if it's between the two families of the married parties. Do you have any family that will be there, Svaxthy?
I do not have any family.
So it's us, then.
No, the Duke Gibson is acting as my guarantor, and as such, part of his family and faction will be there.
Oh, I see.
But you are all to represent me specifically.
Forgive me, but I know you and your brother Saxhorn, I believe was his name, are not on speaking terms, but should we suspect any sort of doings from him?
He has not been invited, but if somehow he has gotten word of this ball, he may show up. I need you all to make sure that he doesn't cause any trouble.
Okay.
I see.
I have one more question. It's very important. Do we need to get dates, or are we expected to go stag?
As part of the wedding party, it is not expected that you have dates. But if you so desire, they're not banned. They are permitted. Do as you wish. That being said, by the looks of you, you haven't slept since our last meeting.
That actually raises a point. I'm so sorry to interrupt. That actually raises a point, though. When we met with Lady Lenore to deliver the letter, we were attacked.
Oh,
And
yes,
she said that there were people, I believe it was the Zenfa, were trying to prevent this wedding.
The Zenfa? The Zenfa work for the Duke. Why would they be trying to...
Zenfa work for the Duke?
I believe that's what she said. And Bugbear, Cumberbunny identified them as Darklings.
Darklings?
Also, I don't know if this is my place to say, but your bride-to-be, I think, is involved in some sort of cult. The Blue Oyster Cult, was it?
Ah, yes, her Blue Oyster Cult. Such a little, hobby of hers. Nothing to be a problem.
Well, it's just that there was a shrine to the dark god Zinkazar, and I just thought that maybe there was something going on there. But if you know about it and it's fine, it's fine.
He sits down, pulls out a trachea flute, plays it a little bit. This will not be a problem. Puts it away.
Wait, does he have a hole in his trachea?
No,
No, he just has a flute made
somebody
out of
else's
tracheas.
trachea. He has a flute made out of someone's trachea that he pulled out. He promised
Jingus
to make...
Kringus
Oh
goes
my God.
paler than he usually is.
Yeah, Svaxthy, he starts eyeing, closet doors, because the rumors that Svaxthy will, cut off hands and feet and keeps them in different closets. So he's just, looking at them.
Roll perception real quick for me.
Do I have an instrument? I don't.
10.
Okay, yeah. With a 10, You don't smell a lot, but there is a certain musk coming from one of the closets.
Oh no.
Our dealings with the cults are none of concern. But if you all need rest before the ball tonight, I can't have you looking like such rubble.
Yep, Jingus has to go get his medicine.
Yes, I need my pain medication.
Very well. You may use this estate as quarters if you like. We will also provide the proper dress wear for tonight. But please get your rest after you have taken care of the things that you need.
Of course.
You are dismissed. He turns around and just stares out the window, waits for you to leave.
Svaxthy leaves so fast.
Oh, yes. As fast as my bony legs can carry me, I am gone.
Shodan tromps out without a word.
Did you all see how he just casually took out that flute made of
That
tracheas?
was someone's trachea.
He didn't even flinch. He just started playing it. A jolly
just
little
casually.
tune.
And I
Oh,
could
like a little
smell,
recorder,
smell
too.
something.
What if it was a monster trachea?
No, those were human
No.
tracheas.
That was very human.
Wait a minute.
Or humanoid.
How do you
at
know what a
least.
human trachea looks like?
I've dissected plenty of bodies in my time. I've watched my friends die in the battlefields of the Necromancer Wars. I know what a trachea... I know what a trachea looks like.
Are you okay there?
Oh, I need my potion. Potion.
The butler walks out. Right this way.
Oh.
I will accompany Jingus Kringus if I may.
Jingus Kringus is going to make a beeline for the Duke's estate because that's where he works. That's where his lab is,
No,
underneath.
That's not even that far.
Yeah.
Like, it's a short jaunt through the courtyard. So, are Shodan, Jack, Bugbear, are we all going, to just go to the quarters to rest, or what's happening?
I'll
What
tell
are
you
y'all
what, my
up to?
drinking buddies, I could use a pint.
Yeah.
Before we go to bed, because I need to sleep.
Yeah, do we want
All
to
right.
go grab a pint at Himbo's Tavern, come back here, get some rest, go to the ball, crush this thing, yeah?
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect plan.
Yeah. Should we tell...
I mean, we
Jingus
could probably get some drinks. Butler, what's your name?
Yes, my name is Twingle.
Is that with a G or a
A
K?
pleasure.
Twingle or Twinkle?
Both, sir.
Twinkle.
Twinkle.
It's like
Ah.
Jeeves.
Nice. Yeah. Nice to meet you. We're supposed to be set up with beds.
Yes,
Um,
quite. If you want
can
to
we
follow
get-
me.
Can we get some ale as well before we, as a morning cap?
That can be provided, although it is 5 a.m.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yep.
And we've been up all night doing the Svaxthy's bidding.
Very well. I will bring it to your rooms.
Yeah, saves us a trip.
He leads
Alright.
you down the hall to the guest rooms. They're nice. They're not like anything particularly over the top, but they're sufficiently dressed. About an hour later, he comes back. The ale, sirs.
Thanks. Took a while. Ugh.
Yeah, that was a long drink service. How far
He's
did you
a
have to?
slow
you think he went
guy.
all the way down to Himbo's and got that for us? Because
You see like a
Gee.
little Himbo's ale like symbol carved into the tankard.
I guess it's good to be the Duke or whatever Svaxthy is.
We'll cut
Oh,
over to do you have something else?
No, just thanks, Swingles.
Swingles.
yeah. I'll give him a tip. I'll give him like a gold.
He takes it, pockets it with like blight, like he's a master of his trade. He walks away slowly, very, very slowly. And we cut over to Jingus and Svaxthy, but not that Svaxthy, the other one. You guys are heading over to your Jingus. Your study's like in the basement of the main like keep, right?
Yeah,
Like
like
the-
down in the dungeons. That's where
Does
he
the-
lives.
Is the entrance an external entrance or an internal one?
Probably internal.
Okay. You approach the front door. Who goes there?
It is I, Jingus Kringus, Royal Alchemist of the Duke Jibshin. Here's my
Sir-
little emblem on my robe, see?
Sir Jingus, sorry. Who's this?
Oh, this is my friend Svaxthy, but not that Svaxthy.
He visibly
Svaxthy
shudders.
Nux'nbuxly. He is a patient of mine. We will be going to my lab.
Well, carry on.
Thank you. What was your name again? I always pass by you, but in my old age of 43, I forget so many names.
It's Charmy, sir.
Trollme, yes. Thank you, sir, Trollme. It's very, very, very good gardening you're doing.
Thank you. He opens the door a little over politely.
Come, Svaxthy, this way. You will get to see my dank pad.
Oh, good.
When I say
It's-
dank, it really is quite damp and musty down there, so if you're not
Oh.
accustomed to that sort of thing, you
Well, I've
might...
been there once before. I thought maybe you would have updated that and
No,
maybe,
not
gotten rid of the
unfortunately.
dampness.
Not much for interior decorating. I don't have the energy for it, really.
As you enter the Duke's Keep, it's outdoors. It's because it's very late. Obviously, the lighting is pretty cold, but there's lots of shrubberies, grass, and stone all around. There's columns all leading you up the path to the actual keep, and these massive wooden ornate doors that you go through as you enter. But on the inside, even though it is so early, the entire entryway is lit with a golden light from what looks like magical lamps installed in the ceiling all the way across, and then blue fire on the sides lighting the entryway.
It's so bright. It's such a glare.
Yes,
I don't
indeed.
like coming here.
It gets me I have to choose the right time of day to emerge from my lab, usually, or I'm blinded for a time.
Yes, with your unblinking eyes, you
Oh,
can't. You just
Don't even get me started. These
Can't
eyes of
even.
mine, they're so sensitive to light.
Mm.
You walk down the hall. There's banners of the Duke everywhere, basically. Just massive troups.
Oh, I was gonna say banners of the Duke, like portraits he's just got hanging up.
No.
and posing.
Of the Duke's emblem. Although there is a couple very nice portraits of him and his 3 chins. You head down the hall, make a left as you always do. Walk down and you find the entrance to the staircase leading down to your workshop. I assume you walk down.
Oh, yes.
You enter. Please describe it to us. What does it
Oh
look like?
yes.
This is
So
your
Jingus
space.
Kringus's workshop is almost entirely devoid of light because he doesn't need it. So it's very dark down there. There's some as you walk down this narrow stone staircase, it's like a little slick, like it's damp. Like there's its own kind of ecosystem down here of water. It's muggy. So yeah, you follow these stairs down and essentially to this, what seems like dungeons. And at the very back there's a room behind a moldy wooden door. That's just stock full of papers and bottles of half-drunk liquids, and everything's a mess. There's a pile of hay in a corner that also looks damp, with a really ratty blanket and a pillow, and then a big old desk with a bunch of chemical, glass tubes and vials and burners and things. Yeah, it looks very depressing.
A depressed mad scientist's
Yes,
cave.
Welcome to Casa de Kringus, as I call it. It's
That's not bad draconic.
No. It's not much, but it is very generous of the Duke to give me this position. So
Is it though?
what do you not think? Do you not think so?
It seems more like he just sort of retrofitted a dungeon and didn't
Ooh.
bother to just
Well, I think it's quite
clean it out. I'm pretty sure that's a rat shitting on your pillow.
Oh, that's Nibbles. He's my little pet rat. He's been with me for the last, how long do rats live? 3 years. I think rats live longer than that, but he's been my stolid companion for only two. They only live two. Well, this
What an ancient rat.
Nibbles is quite old. He's
Near
he's
as
hanging
old as
in there.
you.
I think
Nibbles like
he's been drinking
j-
some
rolls,
of my potions.
He rolls off of the pillow. Like one leg is just like fully like stiff, and he just walks with that one kind of like swooping out as if it were a crutch.
Oh, there he is.
Does Nibbles have an eye patch?
No, that's just some crust that's grown over his eye. It happens.
Yeah, perfectly in the shape of an eye patch, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like crust over the eye, and then like two lines going up and down across his face. He
That
walks
is
at a
not
diagonal towards you, and then kind of like
Oh. I give him a little scratch behind the ear. Don't worry, Nibbles, I have returned.
You visibly hear his cartilage crack.
We are kindred spirits, Nibbles and I. Anyway, Jingus Kringus goes to his lab table thing, opens a drawer, takes out a thick-looking green potion, pops the cork, and just downs the little vial. Oh boy.
I assume it does whatever it does. What is the potion exactly?
Oh, it's just a concoction that he's come up with to ease his pain. And after he drinks it and starts shuddering and shrieking, he sort of crawls over to the pile of hay and curls up in it. Just gets under his blanket.
Usually the potion makes me very tired, so that's when I, knock out. Make yourself comfortable, Svaxthy. I think there's some bits of paper you might be able to lay down upon. Somewhere.
In the corner, there's some paper, but when you look over, Nibbles is already there giving you the stink eye. Specifically the one with the eye patch, because that's the stinky eye that he has.
This is horrific.
What do you do, Svaxthy?
There's a reason I don't come to Jingus Kringus anymore for medical reasons.
Jingus sleepy. Jingus go night-night. Good night,
Okay.
Svaxthy.
Good night.
By the way, I
Jingus.
want to point out, did you guys light a torch or anything? Because Svaxthy, you should not be able to see in here.
I cast light on Nibbles.
Nibbles literally just freezes in place. It just does not move and is visibly terrified by his
Great,
newfound
perfect.
power. Can you cast light on whatever?
I'm
Don't worry
imagining
about
this
it.
potion is actually just Jägermeister. That's
Took a shot at Jaeger.
Yeah.
nice.
It eases the pain.
The world
Jingus
is yours.
Kringus is out.
Great. No, Svaxthy, he was feeling a little extra queasy after that encounter with Svaxthy, so he was hoping maybe Jingus could derive one of his potions, but he's clearly out. So Svaxthy's just going to start rustling through his things. Svaxthy has quite a bit of interest in the Necromancer Wars, and so he'll just start going through Jingus's
Oh boy.
stuff.
Yeah, I correct me if at any point this is incorrect.
You can make up whatever you want.
Yeah. You find a bunch of old, like, completely, not incoherent is the right word, because they're words. You understand them when you read them. But as Jingus Kringus is Jingus Kringus and was always Jingus Kringus, the journals that you find just don't make any sense. They're talking about, like, battles for pudding and, like, like the time that he lost 3 toes, which you check over looking at Jingus Kringus, and he has actually 1 extra toe.
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of sewed on, though. It's not like an original toe.
Now, Svaxthy, having spent quite a bit of his youth deciphering a necromancer's spellbook, he would assume, if it were anyone else, that this was code. But he does not think this is code. He just assumes this is the ramblings of a madman with hallucinations and delusions brought on by his horrible living conditions.
As such, you find that the Necromancer Wars, though, like, there is some manner of context that you can derive. The
Mhm.
Necromancer Wars seems to be like an event between bunch of like a necromancer uprising that then the people of Lamgoh had to fight off. Jingus Kringus seems to have been drafted into that somehow. Whether or not it was voluntary or not, you can't really make out. But the weird thing is, though, like the dates genuinely don't add up.
This is a poem to his rat. Okay.
Ode to Nibbles.
I'm just going to, I don't know, take some stuff and leave. I'm going to grab some liquids.
Mystery
some
liquid.
components, and then just stick them in my bag and go.
Yeah, just write down 2 mystery vials, and you got like 3 rat tails.
Good spell components, great.
I assume do you make your way back to the to Svaxthy's manor?
Are you mad? I'm not staying here. No, I'm going home to Mummy and Daddy.
Got it. Okay, so the Ombuch actually is adjacent to the Duke's manor,
Mhm.
like the Huadar being on the western side of the Duke's keep, or the Duke's keep, yeah, and then the Ombuch being on the eastern side of that.
Yes.
So you head out off through the morning air and find your home. I assume you just go to sleep.
Yes. I find some bread, nibble on it, on the edges, on the crust. Then I put it down and I go to sleep.
How about Bugbear, Shodan? What do you do?
Oh,
Are you just going to sleep?
after that pint, I'm just face down on the bed.
Bugbear was probably talking to you for a little while, not realizing that you had already passed out, and then finally looks over and is like, "Oh, okay. Well, then good night, Lamgoh."
Jack is like standing, leaning against the wall, like this, like with his shoulder up, but also still asleep somehow.
I don't know why Goodnight Lamgoh was so funny to me.
Yeah, he goes to sleep. He goes to sleep last.
All right. We will cut to basically starting with Shodan, Jack, and Bugbear all just suddenly hear a banging on the door. Just boom, 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 boom.
I didn't ask for an alarm. I didn't ask for a wake-up call. What is this?
The wedding party is requested at the dress hall.
Oh, gee, what time is it?
It is just before evening, but you all need to be dressed and ready to go by nightfall.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Better make it quick then, huh?
Shodan drags himself.
Do we get a long rest?
Yes, you all. Everyone gets
that's
everybody
what I
gets
was
a long
waiting
rest.
for.
You're able to sleep roughly 8 hours.
Nice.
The butler leads you down to where it is you got, to like the hall of dress, the dress hall as I called it. On the way though, he looks around. Do you happen to know where your companions have gone? They need to be here. I'm talking like Svaxthy suddenly. This is not his voice.
Yeah, I think they went to get Jingus needed his medicine, so they probably went to wherever he works.
Well, I will send for them. Shodan, Bugbear, Jack get all led down the hall into a room full of dress, like just the most opulent dress you could find. Bugbear, this is most likely.
Always wanted to wear a dress to a ball.
There are dresses, there are suits, there are any which kind of garment that you desire.
Do they have something that could make me look like a Valkyrie?
What do you mean by that?
You know, like a cap
winged
with some
helmet.
feathers on it, a winged helmet.
With blonde braids
They-
coming out of it.
Oh,
They
that'd be
don't
perfect for a
Spiral
ball.
boob cones.
They don't exactly have armor, so they wouldn't be a helmet, but there are hats with lots of feathers in them, like very
And a
opulent.
winged steed.
Yeah, there happens to be a horse just in the middle of the...
Oh, this is perfect. Well, I know what I'm wearing.
Give those clothes that new horse smell that everyone loves.
Smells brand new.
As you three get dressed, we will cut over to Jingus Kringus. You're awoken by a guard.
Oh, Nibbles, get the door. Oh,
Nibbles
fine,
like
I'll
walks up to the stairs and like
myself.
with his stiff leg tries to like throw it up onto the first stair, but it like doesn't hold, and so he just keeps slipping down.
It's okay, Nibbles. I've got it.
Jingus Kringus will shuffle up the stairs and open the door.
So Jingus, you
Yes,
are
hello.
requested at the Svaxthy's manor immediately
Oh.
for dress.
Darn it, I thought it was all a dream. Oh, well. I'll be there shortly.
I've been asked to escort you over.
Oh,
I'll
do
wait
I
here.
need to dress up any? Should I fix my hair?
I think that's kind of what they're gonna do. So.
Oh, excellent. Let me just grab some potion for the road, and I will be right back.
Yeah, Jingus will grab a couple vials of his pain medicine, and he'll come back.
All right. The guard, which is a different guard than last night, leads you to Svaxthy's manor, in which you're taken to the same hall with the horse. I will notice that the horse is not actually a live horse; it is a statue, but it's a very
Oh.
realistic statue.
That statue always gives me the willies.
You've seen this before.
Oh, yes. I've seen it before. I've been around Svaxthy. He's had gatherings at his manor before that I've attended, and he's very proud of his horse statue.
It's kind of odd,
Yeah.
but
It's
Hey,
very
you been here?
realistic.
You never been to a Lamgoh wedding though?
No.
That's just- okay,
Well-
whatever.
Like, yeah.
I've been
How's this
invited.
cravat look on me, by the way?
Oh, I think it looks lovely.
Looks
Oh.
dashing. Jack, looks
Yeah.
dashing.
Oh,
What do you
thanks.
think would work best for me?
How about like he like grabs a tuxedo? Jack grabs a tuxedo and holds it up. No, grabs another one that's like bright purple. Yeah,
Ooh,
how's that?
if I could get a sick cane to go with it, it would not only help the look, but also my unstable legs.
They're in the corner. You do see a collection of canes. One
Oh,
of them
yes.
is jewel encrusted.
Oh, now we're talking my language.
It's at that point we'll cut over to the other Svaxthy. Seemingly, some of the guards saw you leave early this morning. Basically, they know where you live, so they found.
That's horrifying.
So they've come to basically request you. Do you just follow along the same as before as everyone else?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you find yourself in the same dress hall with all.
Why
this
is there a
dress.
horse here?
Oh, it's not real. It's just a statue.
Isn't it cool?
Well, I
though?
think it used to be real. I don't know.
it does
It looks
kind of
cool
have
though, doesn't it?
like taxidermy vibes.
No, that's ominous, horrific, distressing.
You specifically note the lack of trachea.
Wow, how obvious that is. Good lord. Okay.
It's just like a caved-in throat.
Good gif. That is tremendously terrifying.
Oh, so this must have been what he was playing earlier, right? Right.
That was human. That was a human trachea.
I don't. You
I'm
sure?
getting the sense it's kind of like a thing of his.
So he's a connoisseur of flutes.
Just to
I think
get
he's a
some weird
connoisseur of
throat thing.
pain and torture and other people's misery.
Say, what are you gonna wear, Svaxthy?
Something frilly.
That's a good choice.
Colors are hard though for me since I'm not really a green and I'm not really a yellow. I have quite a sickly color, so I need something that sort of offsets that.
Maybe a brown might do you good.
Sure. Yep. Brown, green, and yellow. Let's go.
Very earthy.
Yes.
Yeah. Shodan is actually, he's like, if anybody's helping him, he's insisting that he just keeps on his chainmail. Like, no, you can do stuff around it. You do stuff around it. I'm not taking this off.
It's gonna be so baggy, Shodan.
Like
Shodan.
just give me a cape. How about a cape? You got a cape? Maybe like with a trout thing on it.
They do have capes.
Oh, a nice trout blue. Yes, that would look rather dashing, I think.
Some of the maids and butlers at hand try to like wrestle a little like neck cravat thing on over your armor and like tie it in the back really tight, so it's just kind of like it's just like very aggressively and like crookedly put on, but there's a little bow tie and you have a cape.
All right, looks good. You got any gloves?
Yeah, they do.
All right,
Bugbear, what are you wearing?
We're definitely gonna wear the closest thing to a Valkyrie hat, and maybe a gold tux, if they have it, or like a yellow, a mustard, something like that.
They have somewhere between mustard and gold. Like it's a little sparkly, but it's
Mold.
not. It's not quite like gold. And you do find a matching hat that has like several feathers that kind of like flay.
Perfect.
You know.
That's exactly what I envisioned when I woke up an hour ago. Maybe some pink eyeshadow as well.
Oh,
Just really looking the part.
As you wish, sir.
Yeah, it's not every day you get to go to a ball,
No. And that goes really well with your nose, actually.
Thank you.
If you've got any black eyeshadow, I think it would really complete my look.
Jingus Kringus struts out in his. I'm picturing like a purple zoot suit with his gem-encrusted cane.
Is it like really baggy too?
Oh yeah.
All I need to get this hot papa rolling again is some sick nasty headwear.
Oh, I believe this is perfect, sir. He holds up a purple matching fedora with like a zebra print line around.
That's the stuff. That's gonna bring all the trout to the pond, as they say.
Jingus Kringus will kind of slick his hair back. A bunch of it'll come out in his hand and kind of shake it off. Put on the hat.
Look at us. Do we not look like a wedding party for one of the highest ranked officials of all of Lamgoh?
I feel 42 again. It's been so long since I felt this young.
How old are you again?
43.
It takes like 10 years off of you, Pop.
Oh, yes.
Jack, what do you... Oh, wait, no, you got the cravat. We're good. Everybody's dressed. Yay.
Yeah, Jack was already wearing dress pants, technically. So he's traded those out for a nicer pair of dress pants, but he's now just put on a cravat and dress shirt. Or, sorry, cravat and blazer over his white T-shirt.
I feel like you should tear off the sleeves.
You think that looked good, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A sleeveless blazer?
Very
Hell
much.
yeah.
He like grabs both sides and just rips them off. You visibly see the butler wince. But he doesn't stop you. Or him. All right, so at this point, you're kind of hurried along, and you're taken down the streets and sort of paraded down the streets of Lamgoh. You're not alone, by the way. It's not just your carriage. There's like a whole ensemble of guards and other what seems to be members of the Egyptian faction. You don't catch any particular note that the Duke himself or the Duchess are present, but there does seem to be perhaps some royalty in the caravan. You're paraded all the way through the streets of Lamgoh. You go, instead of going to the ballroom directly, which is in the Ombuch, actually, you go out through the Huadar, down. You go like around the what's it called, the Pumble Docks. You get paraded through the Menthagod. There's people lining the streets because this is one of the few times that royalty or someone close to royal or nobility has actually been married within the city of Lamgoh. You know, cheering, people throwing things they probably shouldn't be throwing, guards getting hit in the head by
underwear and bras.
that, as well as like just shoes and rocks occasionally, and it's just kind of chaos. But
It's actually an unruly mob.
just
Starting
a
to
little
wonder
unruly.
about the Egyptian popularity among the people.
You know, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes you get a bra, sometimes you get a stone, and
He
it
is a
goes to show.
controversial figure.
What happened to good old-fashioned tomatoes, huh?
That's
God.
wasteful. You could
Uh,
eat those.
As you nearing the parade's end, though, you seem to kind of line up with another caravan of roughly similar size. They're not huge. They're maybe 4 or 5 carts total, each one, and you kind of you line up side by side, and both arrive and split off around this opulent ballroom in the Umbuch. It is, funnily enough, fairly close to the Duke's keep, actually. But, you know, as you've circled all the way around, you're now back on the other side. You all get pulled out, and you hear a guard at the door knock and tell you to get ready to exit the carriage.
All right, I'm ready.
You start hearing sort of like announcers stepping in front of each cart to the sides of you. You're kind of, because you were near the front of the carriage, but now that you've like lined up, kind of splayed out in a half circle around the entrance to the ballroom, you hear like from the side, "Now announcing Lady Jezere Egyptian." And you don't see, you see what looks to be a woman with long black hair step out of the carriage at to the side of yours. And then they call for you. "Now announcing the groom's wedding party."
I think that's us.
Yeah, the guard opens the door. "His friends, family, and close associates, all deemed worthy enough to represent him at this ball. Shodan Weston."
All right. I guess I'd fuss with the bow tie a little bit. Step out and give a little wave with my gloved hand.
"Bugbear Cumberbunn."
I definitely give a wave with my gloved hand.
"Royal Alchemist Jingus Kringus."
Jingus Kringus is gonna come out doing the Willy Wonka cane thing, and then he's gonna just like stop and try to do a combat roll like he did before. That's not good. I rolled a 4, and I think my acrobatics is not very good. I think it's a -1. That's a 3. I think he just face plants.
Yeah, so you step out, right? And you expect to like step out and do the cane walk thing, but you forget that the carriage is actually like 2 steps off the ground.
Yep.
And so you like thrust your foot forward with the cane and just fall on a pitch straight down. You get up though. You take like 1 point of damage just in terms of falling on your face. "Jack B. Muggin." Jack walks out, like stares around, pulls a knife, puts it back. Walks. Walks up behind Bugbear. "Svaxthy Nux'nbuxly."
Svaxthy does not like public attention, so as the names were being announced and everyone was stepping out, his queasiness started to really, really ramp up, and so in the carriage, before he steps out, he just like, and he dragon breaths a little bit onto the floor, and then some poison spills out, and then he steps out. He grabbed like a cloak with a hood and just puts it up and just scurries over to where everyone else is.
You see, as you all step out, everyone, all the people, all the sort of VIPs of the ball that were in these carriages have walked up and assumed a line at the top of the stairs entering the ballroom. Or the ball house, I guess. Ball house.
The ball house.
The ball pit?
Yeah, the ball pit.
yeah.
That's what
I've
it's
been
called,
down to the
actually.
ball
you
house.
see a giant sign at the top called the ball pit.
Good.
Holy shit.
While you only heard really the Egyptian side of things, or really you only heard Jezere, which was right next to your carriage. There's not only was there the Egyptian side, there was also the Asastochi, and a number of people have come up, as well as lots of onlookers and what looks like lesser, quote-unquote, party-goers, people not VIPs, just associated with the two factions, already in the ballroom. As you're about to step in, though, you hear the guard that opened the door for you. He steps into the carriage to ride away with it, and you just hear a scream from the inside going like, "Oh God, what is that?"
He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Does he?
With the dragon breath?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God.
It shouldn't be hard.
He rolled a 9.
The DC is 8.
Oh.
So he passes.
right.
He's fine, but a little disturbed by the because it's acid, right?
Poison.
Poison. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's based off your Constitution score, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And mine
Oh,
is
yeah.
-2.
Yeah.
Who here is familiar with sort of like politics in Lamgoh? Jingus, you would be.
I would be a little.
And same with Svaxthy, right?
Yeah, it's just simply due to his association with the
Yeah.
Asastochis. He would at least get gossip on the winds.
Yeah. Would you both mind making a perception check for me?
Sure.
That's a 24.
That's a 19, and I don't want
sorry,
to do
22. I can't do math.
math. I refuse.
So
I won't do it.
I will not add anything.
Jingus, what did you roll? Sorry.
22.
20. Okay, yeah. You immediately spot Jezere first off. Jezere
Oh, my.
Egyptian, as you know, is the Duke's daughter. She's of average height, but a somewhat slim yet maybe lightly muscular build with long black hair. Not a lot is known about what her dealings are, even though she's been an adult for a while. She hasn't really been public, a very public figure. You also spot Neralt Egyptian, who's Jezere's cousin. He's kind of an intimidating-looking guy. The one thing that you do know about him is that he's in charge of Tralp export from Lamgoh.
Mm.
And as the main, export of Lamgoh is Tralp, that leaves him in a pretty in vogue title, a very important, prominent role in the government. Svaxthy, you roll. What did you roll?
Yes. It was a 20 total.
Oh, well, yeah. So you spot both Corallian Asastochi and Noreen Asastochi. So Corallian Asastochi is actually Lenora's brother.
Oh.
He's sort of just what you know of him is he's just sort of he's a womanizer, not sort of haughty, and doesn't really seem to care so much about the family trade. And also, you spot Noreen, who is she is Lenora's aunt. So specifically, Ladretti sister.
Oh.
You all know that Ladretti Asastochi is Lenora's mother, and specifically the head of House Asastochi, and not only that, is world renowned for her beauty and wits, and is in general a very rare figure to see.
What is Noreen renowned for?
Noreen is definitely a beauty in her own right. She generally deals with actually a lot of the on the ground logistical goings on within the Asastochi of actually where the merchants go. But she also has a reputation for being a little jealous of her sister, but the extent to which most people don't really know, as that's most likely just talk, because not a lot of people have actually met either of them. Another couple things as you enter a ball. It's a big, giant, opulent ballroom, kind of similar to the entrance of the Duke Egyptian's Keep. Lights, music, porcelain floors. It is a beautiful, beautiful place, littered with gold, and overall just kind of more opulent than probably any of you have really been in contact with, except for, I guess, mostly Jingus. And specifically, and one final thing is that you do note the rings seem to be posted with several guards around them right in the center of the dance floor, which seems a little conspicuous, but it is tradition.
Is it just guards, or are there also stanchions and dividers and that sort of thing?
Yeah, there are dividers. They're not particularly permanent, because most of the time they don't have something in the middle of the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
But right now they've like set up some roping, and the guards like standing on all four corners of the display case with a good 3-4 feet outside of them before that people are actually allowed to dance. Other than that, there's food, wine, music. What do you guys? What's your
The
first
three
course of action?
things Svaxthy doesn't enjoy most.
Yeah, Shodan is gonna beeline over to the food. Just start getting a plate. They look good over at the guards around the ring. So that
Mm-hmm.
time to fill up. I'm hungry.
Yeah, you go over to the table, and you find. I mean, there's lots of food, wonderful like accommodations overall.
Oh, these accommodations are wonderful.
You just say that out loud to yourself.
Uh-huh.
What's your passive perception?
That's a great question. 14.
14. Okay, yeah. You hear a conversation between two people basically talking about what seems to be trout export, first off. But there's gossip. Just, so, what do you think about last night? Well, I don't quite know. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that the Maxon boy, he was all sorts of wrong. But, too bad, you know?
I'm gonna get a visual on these guys.
You recognize one of them as Neralt Jibshin, who's the in charge of the trout export. He's the man talking like this, tall, brown hair, dark brown hair specifically. Strong-jawed, wearing a very opulent suit with the Duke's emblem on it, and he's talking to a shorter man who's he's pretty heavy. Could you make like a history check for me?
Absolutely. History. Okay, that's an 11. That's an 11.
11. Yeah, you don't quite recognize who this is, but he does seem to have a lot of people around him as well. Like, all of the major figures have a sort of retinue of followers, whether they be a couple guards, but also just people wanting to speak with them. And it looks to you that both Neralt and this guy seem to be pretty important. They continue talking. Do you listen in more, or do you...
Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna try to be discreet.
Continuously, like, eating food directly from the bar right by them.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so Neralt kind of leans in. He says, "This isn't going to stop our, business, right? There's no problems here." He's like, No, of course not, sir. There's absolutely no way this could be related back to us in any way. We weren't really involved in the first place, but don't worry about it. It's fine. You better be correct about that one. If anyone hears about this, stop all the trout export from going out. It could be a major issue. Don't want my father knowing about this.
He won't. Don't worry about it.
All right. And then at that point, Neralt stands up and leaves the table, having seemingly finished his meal.
I'm gonna keep on eating for discretion.
What does everyone else do?
Bugbear immediately just started circling the whole place. He's looking out for his nemesis, Duckworth. Just like, and he's trying to kind of be discreet, like he's walking from person to person, like hiding behind them. So like, and then he'll hide behind and look around and see.
Like a cartoon character.
I mean, no.
Why would you
So-
ever think that?
Make a perception check for me.
9, but I think I have a good perception. +4, that's a 13.
You walk around. In the actual ballroom. It's very large. There's actually the ballroom itself in the middle leads up. There's like all these a massive grand staircase that leads up to a terrace level. In front of the actual dance floor, though, there's that's where all the food is given. There's tables, and there's a general kind of mingling area with seating and just sort of lots of places for people to have casual conversation. As you walk around, you find yourself going up those stairs up to the terrace, kind of following people. And you don't really spot anyone that you recognize other than the figures that have been pointed out to you. It's at that point that you hear behind you, Bugbear, what are you doing here? This is not going to be good for my voice. But let's see if I can do the voice. I didn't know you were invited.
I very slowly turn around dramatically. Well.
He slowly turns around to meet you because he actually was facing away.
Well, if it isn't Dagdapius Duckworth.
In the flesh.
Well, not surprised you were invited here.
Of course. I was, of course, invited. I'm just surprised. How do you know the Duke?
Well, it just so happens that I, Bugbear Cumberbunn, am in the Duke's wedding party.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to know, what is Dagdapius Duckworth wearing?
Yeah. Dagdapius Duckworth is probably the most opulently dressed person at this ball. He is wearing not only a tuxedo with like the largest overly large cravat possible. He has like 2 cloaks on top of that. Like one thin cloak that goes straight, that like flows straight down, and one that kind of like lays out and like curls on the floor behind him a little bit and has long sleeves, like in each finger of his is in just completely, bedazzled with rings, has all the jewelry on, and his Aarakocra feathers are peeled back. He's sort of a weird one. He has a bill rather than a beak, but it's sort of a mutation that's fairly common on this side of the world. But yeah, he's really leaning into his newfound status. You were saying?
Mm-hmm. Love that cravat, by the way. It's very, very large. Just so happens that I, Bugbear Cumberbunn, am in the wedding party of the consigliere.
You? In the wedding party? How dare you?
Yep. They said I was one of the first choices, too. They came straight to me. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean came straight to you? Shouldn't you have known him of something?
Yeah, I mean, he knows a lot of people. He's the consigliere. Of all the people in Lamgoh, he came to me first. I'm sure you got an invitation, though, right? I mean, you probably turned it down because you're so busy.
Oh, of course. I'm so busy.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad things are really, picking
Fine.
up for you.
He like points at you with a waggling finger as he like backs up and just like stares into your eyes. It just like runs away.
Who is that?
I will now start to drink.
Jingus Kringus appears right beside you.
Jingus, my friend.
You seem like you were having a very passionate conversation.
Mm-hmm. I just so happened to make my nemesis. I belittled him, and it worked.
Oh, who's
and
your
I feel good about
nemesis?
Oh, Dagdapius Duckworth.
I
know.
The Dagdapius Duckworth.
Yeah, he's here. He's got a giant cravat. It looks ridiculous. I say, and then I ruffle my feathers and straighten my golden tux. Yeah.
Should see if I can get an autograph.
You don't want an autograph from him. What are you going to do with it? Put it on your wall? No, you don't want that. If you want an autograph, I can do autographs. I mean, I'm your friend, right? I can do autographs.
Oh, well, sure. I feel like I can ask you for an autograph almost any time, though. When am I going to get to ask Dagdapius Duckworth for one?
Well, go. He's right over there. Just go for it. I don't care.
I will.
See anything unusual walking around here?
Huh? Oh, I was looking to see if they had any shellfish at the buffet, but I did not spy any. I didn't look very hard, though.
Right. So you're going to be talking to a lot of people here?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why do you ask?
I just, just looking out. I think maybe come here one sec.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast enhance ability on both of us and give us Eagle Splendor.
Oh.
Advantage on charisma checks.
Oh, I'll need that. How long does that last?
It lasts an hour.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, the ball is set to basically carry on for probably about 4 hours. But, for the next hour or so,
First impressions are the most important.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree.
I just have to talk to everybody in an hour.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Svaxthy, Jingus, is there anything specifically you want to do?
Oh, after attempting to get an autograph from Dagdafius, I think Jingus
He gives you one
Kringus
willingly, by the way.
Ah, okay.
You didn't want to roleplay that out?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Make me do this voice. I did not practice it. Should have.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you the actor of Dagdafius Duckworth?
Oh, of course. It's me, Dagdafius Duckworth.
Oh, how delightful. Could you say your famous line that everyone quotes you for? Do you know the one? I just want to hear
I
it.
have so many. I wouldn't know which one. Please.
The one about how it is to be in duck season. That whole one.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't know.
Well, if you could just sign my... Here, I'll roll up my sleeve of my zoot suit. Sign my arm. I don't have any paper on me.
He takes a quill and dips it in like a little egg, stabs you. He,
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, thank you very much.
yes, bye.
As you walk away, Bugbear just gives you these kind of narrowed eyes.
He was very awkward, if it makes you feel any better.
You know
He
what?
couldn't even recite his famous line.
That's right, he couldn't. You know who could? I could. I could recite all of his lines.
Oh, well, you do it for me. Do it like he would do it.
Oh, he just goes on and on, Duck season this, duck season that. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, well,
I could,
jeez.
but I won't.
Oh, all right.
Well, I hope you were happy.
Oh, well, he left... I think he just cut open my arm in the shape of his autograph, really, so it'll be scarred upon my flesh forever. I really didn't think it through, to be honest with you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Jingus. That's what you get for trusting a duck.
Yes, I suppose.
Okay, now we can go see what Svaxthy was doing.
Yeah, Svaxthy, what are you up to?
Svaxthy is going to go to the buffet first and sort of peruse what's there and be like, no, can't eat that. No. Then he'll find a waiter or something. He's like, excuse me.
Yes.
Do you perhaps just have any slightly salted crackers and a glass of water?
I can provide this, sir.
Please, that would be wonderful.
Welcome. He sort of...
Thank you.
This waiter is weirdly fumbly. He's kind of bouncing around as he walks away and goes through a door. A couple minutes later, he comes back with a little dish with 3 crackers on it and a champagne flute of water.
The absolute perfect amount. I take the 3 slightly salted crackers. I hope they're slightly salted. And the flute of water. My stomach is just so queasy. I'm at risk of dragon breathing all over the floor again. So I just nibble on the crackers. I still have my hood up as well because I'm just trying to avoid small talk as much as possible. So once I have my crackers, the perfect amount to get me through this ball, I will then go and stand within sight of the rings and just watch them intently.
Stand
Nothing
within
is going to
sight?
happen.
When you say stand in sight of the rings, do you mean on the ballroom, on the dance floor, just next to the guard, just staring at them, or across the room where you can see them?
Sort of out of the way if possible, so I can avoid any sort of small talk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But we'll also in sight of the ring, so I can see.
Yeah,
any
you find a little
nefarious goings on.
column next to the dance floor that is pretty good. Yeah, you can lean against and has pretty clear sight in between 2 of the guards to look at the rings.
Great.
After 4 minutes though of staring at the rings, a guard walks up to you.
Hmm?
Oh, hey, yeah.
Oh,
You,
What?
I know you. Never mind. I just thought you were somebody else. I mean, like, I get it. The rings, we got them though. Like, why are you staring at the rings, man?
They're-
You,
they
by the
just-
way, you recognize this guard.
Oh.
He was one of the Assistochi guards that you met on your way to Lenora the first time. He's the one with Vinny, but not Vinny.
he didn't have a name.
You did not catch his
Yes.
name, no.
I just like to be cautious. That's all.
Yeah, but can you do it in a way that's a bit less conspicuous?
What are you talking about? I have a hood up.
Yeah, you're.
I'm in
you're
a corner.
You're standing in a corner with a hood, staring at the rings. It's very conspicuous.
I'm being as stealthy as I possibly can. What do you want from me?
Mingle? Or something?
No,
Something?
absolutely not. No. You asked the impossible. In fact,
All
this is
right.
entirely too much conversation. Go away.
He just leaves. He just leaves you in your corner.
Good. I nibble on a cracker.
Do you continue to stare at the rings?
Yes. I look at everyone who walks by them, glare, and nibble on a cracker.
Several other guards come up to you throughout the night. One of which being Vinny, and he walks up, stares at you, walks away. You have similar encounter with the other guard though.
What's Jack up to?
Jack is standing over the food, sort of near you, Shodan, but just stabbing shrimp with his knife and eating them. He's gotten a couple complaints. It's about this time though that basically the music kicks up, the ballroom is filled, or the dance floor specifically is filled with dancers. People, the classic waltzes start playing, and you start to see people pairing up for dance. Jack has a lady walk up to him and offer her hand to dance. He accepts, and he starts dancing on the floor.
Nice.
Shodan, a stout woman, walks up to you. Dwarf. Would you like to dance?
Nice.
You know what?
I like your
I
armor.
would. Oh, well, thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. But I have some business to attend to first. I will look for you later.
Oh, well, I'll be looking for you the whole night.
Wonderful.
She just
Hey,
stares
give her
into
a
your
wink.
eyes. She does not
And-
let go of your gaze.
My gaze lets go of her. Let's go of her. Yeah, and
You just feel eyes
yeah.
burning into the back of your skull. Where do you head off to?
I'm looking for whoever I can find first, Svaxthy or Jingus.
Jingus was on the terrace last time we saw, so you probably would have walked towards the dance floor a little bit and spotted Svaxthy over in the corner.
Okay.
Oh, he's in a corner. I imagine if he's near the rings, he's just standing in the middle of a bunch of dancing people. Still staring at the box.
He was, before they were dancing, he was standing over by the
Okay.
pillars. But now that they are dancing, Svaxthy, did you make your way through them to the rings? Or, because you can't really
Oh.
see them well from where you're at anymore.
I suppose I would have to.
Okay.
So yes.
I would still say this would all be happening at the same time. So, Shodan, you would spot Svaxthy starting to enter the moving wheel of people and just dancing.
Nice. All right, so I make my way over to him, get real close. I'm like, I say, "Hey, Svaxthy."
Ah.
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
I'm sorry, I was very focused.
Yes. Well, I need a little bit of your focus to be diverted for a moment. And also, it's not about watching the rings themselves. It's about watching people around the rings.
Oh, I'm watching the people too.
Okay.
Anyone who gets close to the rings.
Fair enough.
That one
Hey.
over there, the one with the red hair,
Mhm.
he's a little dribbly from his nose, but he won't wipe it away. Seems suspicious.
So irritating. I hate that.
He shook hands with at least several people.
Oh,
gross.
Make a little queasy sound.
Oh, please don't. I'll get
all right,
queasy
please.
again. I nibble on a cracker.
All right. Hold on. Okay. You know that the Neralt guy, right?
Yes. Egyptian
Right.
trout
Okay.
export.
Can you see him right now?
Can I see him right now?
Roll perception.
Okay. Natural 20.
You spot him from across the room. He's dancing with who you don't quite know, but you suspect that this is his wife.
Can I see him? Can I see him? Of course I can see him. I can see everything.
Okay. All right. I'll look to where he's looking. Oh, okay. That's not gonna help. I described the short man. Like, does this ring any bells? Who this guy is? The
Let me do some bell ringing.
Roll history.
Aha. 24.
Oh, wow, yeah. You, after hearing the description and looking around kind of for someone of similar, description, you find Lord Lorland. He is in charge of the, Tralapians, which the Tralapians is the actual official guild name for the Traup merchants. So basically, while Neralt Gyptian is in charge of the political exports of Traup, the actual footwork is all done by the guild, and there in that is Lord Lorland. So they work pretty closely together. Such was their their familiar tone. You won because you rolled so high. You know that his his line of his great grandfather actually started the Trout Festival.
Why, that's Lord Lorland. He's the head of the Tralapians.
Ah, okay, yeah, that accounts for some of what they were talking about. But I overheard him talking about Max and from last night, and I'm thinking maybe it has to do with the guy we ran into.
Max, and the dead one, the one who's dead on the beach.
Quiet. There are guards around, man.
I know. Believe me, I know.
Anyway, I just figured I'd let you know because you're more entwined in all that political stuff, yeah, they're kind of worried that if it got out, it might affect trout exports or whatever. But
what got out?
That Mamaxon guy we ran into last night is in the state he's in.
Being dead.
God.
Subtle as a brick.
You're not. We're gonna have to work on your subtlety, bud.
It's at this point.
What are you talking about? I'm wearing a hood.
You hear a voice from right behind you two kind of speak up like, ahem. Spinning around, you see who Jingus described as Jezere Gyptian, standing right behind you two, seemingly. You don't know whether or not she caught what you were saying, but she's there.
Oh, my lady. And I do a little slight bow.
No need for pleasantries. We're all, you're all friends of Svaxthy, so you're friends of mine. Svaxthy. Well, what was your names again?
Insight.
This might be the first insight roll of the whole game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, definitely we've never done insight before.
17.
We just trust everyone at face value.
17.
I'm rolling like fire today.
You are. What exactly are you looking for to glean?
I don't know. She was like, Svaxthy. She's I'm a friend of Svaxthy. He's like, no one's friends with Svaxthy.
That actually seems very genuine. You saw a little, a little twinkle in her eye and a little, maybe not.
She's a psycho.
Not so much a blush, but
trust her.
Don't trust her.
A little, she seemed genuinely pleased by talking about him.
She probably has a colon trombone.
Oh my.
They jam together.
Every note the colon trombone plays is a brown note.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Gross.
My name is Shodan Weston. A pleasure.
Desiree Egyptian. And you?
Oh, my name is Svaxthy Nux'nbuxly.
Oh, your name is Svaxthy too.
Yes, it's
Quite
quite
common name.
Yes.
Yes, it so is, but, none wear it quite like him. So, how long have you known the Jew? How long have you known Svaxthy, sorry? Slip of the tongue, so often talking about the Duke.
Most of my life, actually.
Oh, really? He's never talked
Yeah.
about you before.
Yeah, we're old buds back from school days.
Can you give me a deception check?
Uh-huh. I can do that. Do I get advantage on that?
I don't believe you do.
It's a 12.
A 12, and she kind of gives just a, Well, Svaxthy, he has so many things of interest. Anyway,
He's pretty secretive, too, so if you haven't heard of me, that stands to reason.
It's one of the best things about him. It's why he makes such a good consigliere. And you, how about you? How long have you known Svaxthy? Svaxthy.
That's funny. Well, I'm actually a distant cousin, quite distant. I'm the family stand-in. As you know, he's not quite on speaking terms with his brother.
Oh, yes, his brother. I don't think we have to worry about him.
Insight.
Roll insight, man.
14.
You don't think she's lying? She thinks she's pretty confident that you don't have to worry about him.
Okay, great.
Well, I hope you two are enjoying the ball. She gives a little curtsy, but I'll leave you to it. And she walks around the dance floor and up the stairs, up the terrace.
A pleasure. Yeah, all right. She's kind of weird.
Sorry, I nibbled on a cracker.
Yeah. She made me nervous as hell, bud.
I'm gonna dragon breath all over the floor.
Don't do that, please. No. Does she have the hots for Svaxthy?
I think she has such the hots for Svaxthy.
That's
Did
weird.
you see the blush on her face?
That's so weird.
I think they're more than just jam buddies. I think they're jam buddies.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Or at the very least, she
Yeah.
wants to be.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Well,
That is yet another wrinkle in this here story that I'm not sure we're ever going to resolve.
high society is twisted knots.
Do you remember
man.
that kid we kidnapped? What happened to him?
Oh, yeah. What did happen to that kid?
We just totally dropped him.
He just snuck away at a certain point. And
He's still in Svaxthy's dungeon.
Oh. he's
where do you think he
dead
got the
then.
trachea flute?
No.
Wow, he
Oh,
works
no.
fast.
Not
Mew
Mewford.
is gone.
Wait, where is the kid?
Perhaps that
You're-
will get resolved
At
in
a
a future
certain point,
episode.
you guys stopped looking for him, and he disappeared. He probably snuck away. Bugbear, what's
Mhm.
happening up on the terrace
So
for you?
I want to find now that Duckworth is out of the way. I want to find Lady Ledretti.
Lady Ledretti.
Mm-hmm. You know, she's probably an old fan, right?
Yeah, was
Perhaps.
she here or was just her sister
It was
Noreen here?
Noreen.
Oh.
Yeah, Ledretti is not actually at the bar.
Oh, Ledretti's
at the
not
ball.
here. Okay.
No. Noreen is, who is
Then
Ledretti's
Noreen.
sister.
I want to talk to Noreen. You coming, Jingus?
Oh, yes, I must use that eagle's splendor you gave me.
Yeah, she's not hard to find considering, she definitely one of the most in-demand people at this ball. Using your VIP status, you can kind of cut through the crowd of people surrounding her. but no conversation with her is going to be private. As you approach, she's basically she's in the sitting area. She's a little older in age. Ladretti's actually
I
her
feel
younger
that.
sister.
She's
like
40.
I was gonna say no. She's like 58.
Good God.
My goodness. How
but
did you make it to such a
walking
advanced
corpse.
age?
You cut through the crowd and you find her. She's finishing up talking to another one of the many people here that you don't really know.
What's her official title? Is it lady or?
It is Lady Noreen. Lady is sort of just, it's the kind of the catch-all for anyone of high class. That being said, strictly speaking, none of the Assistoci are nobility, so it's more of a title that's just showing off how much people show fealty to them, even though they're not. They're just rich. So yeah, you get waved in, sort of sat down in front of her. She looks a little disgruntled at the news that she just heard. You didn't quite overhear what it was, but she definitely seems a little miffed. But she greets you courteously. Hello. How are you?
Lady Noreen, a pleasure to see you. It has been so long since I've seen you up at the balcony at the Royal Heart Theatre.
Yes, you're Bugbear Cumberbunn.
Oh, yes, of course. This is my friend here, Jingus Kringus.
Hello, Lady Noreen. It is nice to meet you.
And Jingus will bow, and you'll hear audible cracking as he does so.
Are you all right?
Ah, that
does
was
that.
merely my spine. It does this sometimes. It's nothing a little bit of straightening out won't fix.
She waves
Good
her
as
hand
snow,
a little
right?
bit, and a waiter walks up with a martini glass, but with what looks like healing potion in it, and she
Oh.
lays it in front of you.
Jingus will just kind of knock it back in one swig.
Yeah, you get a D8 healing.
I was only missing one
Yeah.
from
Nice.
before.
So what can I help you with? It is quite nice to meet you after so long, Mr. Bugbear.
It is a pleasure. It is truly a pleasure. We're part of Svaxthy's wedding party. Figured we'd meet the family, right?
Oh, I wasn't aware. How did you two meet? That's so strange.
Oh, we go back ages. Svaxthy's a big theater fan, and we met long ago. Backstage VIP passes, of course. I've been friends for a long time. Long time.
Oh, that's quite nice to hear.
How do you you excited for the wedding?
Oh, of course. Lady Lenora.
Insight.
I knew this would happen if I introduced so many characters. I'm just really throwing as many characters for you, Aaron, to deal with.
That's a 15 insight.
15. She doesn't seem upset per se about it. She's not she doesn't hate that it's happening. She does see you can't really glean exactly what one way or the other. It seems to be that she's more here just for appearances more than anything.
Mm-hmm. You were saying
Just sitting here, enjoying the scenery. Not every day you get to have a wedding between such high-class people, such as the Duke and the House Assistoci.
I know it's gonna be. People are gonna talk about it for years, right?
I sure hope they do.
Insight.
That one was straight truthful. You got it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just looking for the sketchy people here.
The sketchy people. There's a lot of those. So, is there anything I can help you with? It's so nice to meet you, but so many people are trying to get my ear nowadays.
Oh, I know. There's a line. I had to, Well, I didn't have to wait in line. I'm an actor. But yeah. No, I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to, see if there's any.
Right as you're saying this, someone rushes, kind of butts themselves through the crowd and leans into her ear and kind of whispers something.
I'll roll perception to try and pick up what the whispers are, because I'm actually okay at that.
I mean, yeah, go ahead. It's going to be very high DC.
21.
21.
total.
You catch a couple words. You catch is here. We have to go now. Oh, come along. But you don't need to be filled in so much because I'm so sorry. As she's standing up, you hear a large kind of commotion at the door, like horns. Now announcing Lady Ladretti Assistoci to the hall. It has been many years since her last appearance, so please treat her kindly. And you see a woman walk very, very haughtily into the ball. She looks somewhat like Noreen, almost bluish black hair, voluminous on the top, laying down in a simple but elegant gown, and she just walks with an air of confidence you have never seen before.
She's like Noreen 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, she's technically Noreen's younger sister, even though...
Technically?
Well, not technically. She's Noreen's younger sister, but she is the head of the Assistoci.
Despite being the younger one.
Despite being younger, yes. And...
It's probably a sensitive question to ask Noreen about.
Yeah,
then.
Speaking of that, you visibly see a grimace turn into a sigh, turn into a prim and proper face on Noreen's face. You see that a little journey of emotions, and then she proceeds to walk to greet her sister.
Oh, darn it. I was going to ask her to dance with me. Do you think I had a shot, Bugbear?
I don't see why not. I'm sure she, you look about the same age.
Ah, yes, to be young again. That spell you hit me with made me feel very confident, like I could bust a move. Like something I might do at 37.
And you look, in that purple suit you got on, you look great. I also hit you with Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Is there...
One of my rolls is going to be insane. I'm gonna guidance myself, too.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
They walk together, Noreen slightly behind, back to some kind of close to where you guys are, because you're near sort of the front of the ballroom, and find some seating there. You can actually, they're probably within 10, 15 feet from you, just sitting at a different set of couches now talking. Is there anything anyone wants to do about that?
Bugbear, a man only lives once. And he dies many times, at least in my experience. I'm going in.
Jingus Kringus is going to attempt to fancily dance his way up to the Assistoci sisters, extend his hand, and ask Noreen to dance.
Okay.
He's going to do some twirls and cane spins.
My
and go
joy.
all out.
This is how I'm going to do this. You give me a performance check.
Yep.
Let's say DC 14. If you
Okay.
succeed, you get advantage on your persuasion roll.
Very good. Well, I already have advantage from Eagle Splendor on
Then
persuasion
never mind.
rolls.
You just walk up
Okay.
the Eagle Splendor gives you
I
the
want to
fanciest.
bust a sick move, though.
Then roll
I'm
that
gonna
performance
I'm going
check.
all out. Okay,
It'll
so
lower
I'm
the
giving
DC.
guidance to myself. I want it to be so splendiferous everybody's distracted.
Yes.
Well, that was not great. I rolled a 5 and a 6. However, that's a 3 from guidance, and your Bardic Inspiration's a D8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2. So that's a 10. Jingus Kringus takes off his hat, slicks his hair back, does a spin, but his ankle stays in place and the rest of him twirls, so you just hear a sickening and he falls over like a log.
Okay, yeah, that is exactly what
Bugbear
happens.
just watches in horror from the balcony.
Yeah. Well, no, Bugbear, you're right next to him.
Oh, in horror right next to
Yeah,
him.
'cause
He's just laying face down at the feet of these women on the couch.
yeah, you land. Yeah, Jingus lands like very perfectly, like face first, about a foot from the foot of the couch that they're sitting on. Their somewhat hushed conversation, not really hushed is the wrong word, just their calm conversation is abruptly stopped when they both swing their heads around to stare at the man or dead body, they're not quite sure, on the floor. You're closer. You land closer to Noreen, right? Knowing who you are after talking to you, not 30 seconds ago, really. Leans in. Are you all right?
Oh, believe me, I've suffered far worse. A man dies many times in his life, and this was just another one of those. Do you like to dance?
I do like to dance, but I'm confused by the question.
Me too. I don't know that I can anymore after that little spill. I think give me 10 minutes and I'll be right back.
She waves her hand again, and another guard picks you up, puts you on your feet, and another guard walks with another martini glass.
Thank you.
He'll just take it back again.
Your ankle just kind of swivels around twice and then locks back into place. How did you fail that check? On advantage, guidance, bardic inspired.
Yeah. You love to see it. A total of it. Well, my charisma is -1. That didn't help.
Still.
I just sort of cane limp back to Bugbear.
So what'd you think? Do I still have a shot?
It honestly, it still could have gone worse. So, maybe, you could try again later. It was pretty bad.
Yes, it
But,
felt excruciating.
Yeah, same
I
here.
wanted to cry, but I didn't because I'm strong. I'm a big, strong boy.
I cried.
Oh.
I'm going to admit that. What are Noreen and Ladretti doing now?
Their conversation sort of paused to take note of what just happened, and they in a moment of actually a sort of nice gesture, you found that before there was a bit of tension between the two of them, but after seeing such a weird display, they kind of giggled a little bit. It seemed a little bit like maybe them returning back to being sisters just for a second.
Mission accomplished.
But then they quickly do, reclaim themselves and then move back onto having a polite conversation. But while that conversation is happening, actually, a sort of a line has formed of different suitors has lined up beside a guard, about 10 feet away from Lady Ladretti, hoping to ask for a dance. We'll cut over to Shodan and Svaxthy. Jack walks up to you two. Hey, what's happening?
Oh, hey, Jack. With us or over there?
I mean, I was kind of eating a lot of shrimp there.
Yeah,
I lost track of time.
Saw you get into some
you.
dancing with a nice lady, too.
I saw you dancing. I saw everything you were doing.
You're going to make Blasma more happy about that? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Don't make me say it.
It just... No, I understand what you're saying. I just don't know if it's going to work out. She was a nice girl, but it's not for me. It's high society. It's not my thing. I think I was a bit too rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could go sideways.
Yeah.
Get yourself in more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, you were driving and she was waltzing. It wasn't really meshing all that well.
Doing the sprinkler. Is there anything anyone's specifically doing right now? Or are people just are you guys just watching?
I'll get in line, try to dance with Lady Lassistochi.
I am intently
Legit.
watching the rings, but I will ask you, Shodan, did you want to, really ply him for information? Like you suspect perhaps he's involved in some way?
Oh, I don't want to do anything of the sort.
In the death of the poor Mamaxan boy?
No, I just think that they know about it. They're not really all that torn up about it. And aside from it maybe affecting their trade stuff. But, yeah, no, just, it's I just figured I'd share whatever I picked up, you know, because it seems like there's a lot of things going on right now.
There are a lot of things going on right now. I thought I heard Kringus screaming earlier, but I'm not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I am focused on these rings. I am going to survive this night. Svaxthy is not going to get my trachea.
Oh.
I nibble on a cracker.
Oh, for sure. And I pat him on the back while he's nibbling a cracker. I got you, bud. Don't worry about it.
Why would you do that?
The sign of affection.
That was close. I nearly choked to death.
A little bit of time passes, you know, as people dance. The party keeps going on. There's not a whole lot to take note of. Although Bugbear and Jingus, I assume, did you join Bugbear in the line?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm going to try again.
Yeah.
I still got time on that eagle's splendor, don't I?
I put my hand on your
Yeah,
back
you do.
and give you a big pat and just say, "You got it this time. I believe in you. You're gonna dance with Noreen. I'm gonna dance with Lady Ladretti."
Yeah. So
you know it.
And I bardic inspiration you again.
Okay.
you guys reach the front of the line.
Have they so far refused everybody
Yes.
to?
Literally
Or are they
just
taking
been
little breaks to-
waving her hand like this, and people have just been walking away. You walk up, and right as she's about to wave her hand, a loud voice calls from the top of the stairs. If you look, it's immediately you see it's Jezere. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite everyone to leave the dance floor, and for our ladies, Lady Ladretti, Lady Noreen, all of the VIPs to come to the dance floor and have a dance. We really need to get this night going, if you don't mind. Lady Ladretti and Noreen sort of sigh, and through instinct, both sort of just reach their hand out to you two as being the closest people by.
Ha ha!
Do you take it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So Bugbear, you grab Lady Ladretti's hand, and Jingus, you grab Noreen's hand, escort them to the dance floor. And sort of everybody, all of the Lord Lorland, most of the people that are the VIPs of this ball, find their way to the dance floor. Dancing ensues. Shodan, Jack, and Svaxthy are all approached by family members of the Egyptians and the Asastochi for dancing, because you are supposed to be on the dance floor.
Is that dwarven girl one of them?
Actually, yes. She's part of the Tralapians.
Oh.
She's one of the guild members under the Duke. Or sorry, under
All right.
under a house
Nice.
Asastochi.
All right. Well, when I see her, I say in Dwarvish, "Let's hustle."
All right, let's do it. A very muscular woman, tall, muscular woman, walks up to you, Svaxthy. Would you like a dance?
Do I recognize this person?
You do not. They have the emblem of the Egyptians on their breast.
He looks back and forth between...
Jezere is like staring at you, because she has not started dancing yet, knowing that not everyone's dancing.
Right. Looks at the woman, looks at Jezere, looks at the rings. Looks at the woman, looks at Jezere, looks at the rings.
The tall woman catches that you're staring at the rings and sort of grabs your hand and starts dancing and leads you closer to them, catching that you maybe want to be close to the rings for some reason. And Jack is the same girl as before, actually. Has anyone conversations had?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're not going to take this opportunity to roleplay?
Oh, I know you are. That's why I'm just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Ladretti says, "Oh, you're Bugbear Cumberbunn, aren't you?"
You remember me?
"Oh, I do, actually. You know, it's quite nice to know somebody. Usually I just get caught up with the rubble."
You saying that, it's an honor.
Yeah, certainly
days,
no Dagdafius,
Years
though.
ago... Excuse me?
No, what? Sorry. I was just rambling to myself.
I was, I was saying, all those years ago you used to come to the theater. And I would always look across, and there you were, my muse.
Yes. Sometimes you just get bored of things and you have to command people to start casting new front runners. It's just how it goes. Anyway.
Command,
Uh-huh.
you mean,
And we'll cut right there over to... we'll cut right over to Jingus and Noreen.
Oh, you know that little spill earlier was not entirely intentional. You see, it's just that you are so beautiful. You swept me off my feet.
Make a persuasion check.
Aha! Oh, that is a 16 minus 1. Or should I blow my bardic inspiration on this?
Did you get that was with with advantage?
That the total was a 15.
But with advantage?
Yes, with advantage.
Okay. Total 15? Not using your bardic
Yes.
inspiration?
No, I won't use it yet.
She looks a little pleased, actually. She lifts one hand off of your shoulder and sort of like shushes you a little bit, like puts her finger over your lips just a touch.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It was quite alleviating, actually. It was quite nice to have somebody not take things too seriously.
Oh, you know, I've seen enough seriousness in my days. I fought in the Necromancer Wars, you know.
Such a sad time. So unfortunate that such a thing had to happen, but thank you for your service.
Oh, you're quite welcome. It is the least I could do for our country and the city I grew up in.
I thank you, formally, as a member of the city. And we'll cut right there.
Thank you. Okay.
Let's go. I'll roleplay with myself real quick to Jack.
This is what we're looking for.
God. Jack is sort of like dancing, but leaning back a little bit, trying to stay away from the girl that he's dancing with. She seems, I don't know, she's not really hyper drawn to him, but she's certainly interested. So, when did you learn about Svaxthy? How did you know him? How do you know about things? It's really nice to know somebody about this. Oh, it's just so great to meet somebody that's not part of the upper world like this. It's so great. Oh, I just love meeting people. Oh, you're so rugged. I mean, like, look at this thing. Who would even wear a t-shirt? And Jack's just like, I don't understand what's happening right now. And we'll cut over to Shodan,
who's having a delightful time. He likes dwarven ladies. So what is your name, darling?
My name's Rhea.
Rhea. Oh, it's a beautiful name. Lovely.
And yours?
I'm Shodan.
Oh, nice to meet you, Shodan.
Likewise. You're a good dancer.
Not too bad yourself.
Well, thank you.
I love seeing somebody that's dressed up in something other than just a wimpy suit. It's a nice set of armor. Nice muscles underneath them, I see.
Ah, well, yeah. I work in the forge, so it keeps me pretty fit.
Oh, forge.
Yeah.
Do you follow Blasblamore by chance?
Yeah. I'm a paladin of Blasmore, as it turns out.
You know what they say about followers of Blasblamore?
What do they say?
Oh, I think I'll show you instead. And that's where we'll cut off from Shodan. D&D, the only game where you have to flirt with your friends.
You have to in the game.
You just absolutely have to.
It's in the rules.
It's required. It's required. All right, over to Svaxthy.
You have quite the fine musculature.
Yeah, you're dancing.
Christ. Oh, God.
You're dancing.
It sounds like you're going to dissect him.
The whole time you're dancing, your feet have not touched the ground. You're
I
being
see.
held up and just sort of like loose leg dangled.
This is a human, right?
Probably half orc. I mean,
Okay.
it's hard to tell really. Like you can't just like look at people and be like, but you would assume just based on the stature, maybe even half Goliath or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very, very. She's weirdly not saying anything though. Just total silence from this one.
Wow, the perfect partner for me.
Just swinging you around without saying a word.
It's so funny that you like do an insight check on everyone else, but this silent lady who drags you over near the rings, nah, this is totally above board. Absolutely fine.
Yep.
Speaking of which, it is at that moment that a familiar darkness encompasses all of you.
Oh no.
Please roll
Oh.
for initiative.
Oh.
What? Okay, back away, Reyna.
Exquisite Adventure will return after these messages.
Were you or a loved one injured in the Necromancer Wars? Did you have your bones turned to jelly?
Come on down to Zinkaizar's bounce house.
Come on down to the Pumble Street docks and board the crab cake for the adventure of a lifetime.
Experience the epic adventure of Louie Lou.
Starring me, Dagdathieth Duckworth.
Crime is rampant.
My trap! My trap! Do you or someone you know have bright blue blemishes that break bones?
When I think of good spirits, I can't help but be wasted away to the Boochlands.
Contact the law offices of Hugsby Richmond, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve from the Jibshin family.
If someone you love has concilian pox, call Svaxthy today. No, not that Svaxthy.
Epic quest. Louie Lou, the Gragnacks, and the people.
This is paid advertisement by your government.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'll save your trout.
Mugby, the trout god! No, not that Svaxthy either.
Now, back to Exquisite Adventure.
Oh, cool. I rolled a 2, which is a 1 for me. Jingus was encapsulated by the gaze of Noreen. He's not even paying attention. He doesn't even realize it's gone dark.
So Jingus
I,
was a 2?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1, actually.
A 1.
Because my initiative is -1. Yeah.
23.
Okay. Svaxthy, what did you roll?
14.
Shodan, what did you roll?
So a 4 minus 1, so 3.
3. And then I need to roll for Jack. Okay. Yeah, we'll start at the top of the initiative order, which is Mr. Bugbear.
All right. I am holding Lady Ledretti, right?
You have her, you have one hand on her hip, one hand on her shoulder, or in her hand.
I'm going to cast my other level 3 spell slot, cast invisibility on both of us.
Cool.
Actually, I'm just going to do a level 2. I'm just going to cast invisibility. No, never mind. I'm going to do it. Level 3, cast invisibility on both of us. Poop. We got to go. And I'm just going to swoop her and dance her out of there.
I'm gonna, because I think this makes sense, I will make you make a grappling check for that with advantage, just because I do think that her being suddenly engulfed in darkness is gonna spook her and not make her fight anyone that is trying to drag her somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
She's surprised, so roll with advantage. That'd be athletics, or is it? No, it's just athletics for grappling, yeah.
With advantage. Okay. Good thing, because I got a 9 and a 17.
17, yeah. And you're able to kind of get a hold of her. Like, she's not explicitly fighting you back, but and you drag her. What's your movement speed? If it's 30, you should still be able to move 15.
Pretty sure it's 30.
So, with your experience with darkness, everybody knows that the darkness spell itself is a 15-foot radius. Bugbear, you run, and you are still within darkness.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I just say to her, don't let go. These things, and I say it as quietly as I can. Like, I know where her ear is. I'm holding her very close. I say, these things tried to attack your daughter last night. Just don't let go of my hand.
My daughter?
Just, I don't know. Just, we gotta play it smart.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, it is actually Lady Ledretti's turn. She rolled really well on initiative. And she, being a wizard, is going to immediately cast Dispel Magic on the darkness around her, which automatically, because it's a second level spell, she snaps her fingers and the darkness fades. I will point out, only the darkness that you and Bugbear... Actually, I'm going to roll a d6. Shodan, you are also actually in this sphere. So, boom, light, you see, suddenly lights come back on, but what you do see is sort of like two walls of darkness around you. Or like on two sides, or two
that's
orbs.
kind of cool.
'Cause
I see.
if you interpret it, basically, like, you think this spell has been cast multiple times on the dance floor.
Sure. And
it is not your turn
which?
yet.
Yeah. I know. I just want to ask, like, is one like towards where the rings are?
All three sort of seem to intersect the rings.
Okay.
So that's Lady Ledretti's turn. Although she actually, at this point, with your if you allow it, Bugbear will let go of you and just start running away.
Mm-hmm.
Except no one can see that because she's invisible.
No, but
right?
he's holding on to her, so he could feel it. Then we'll move on to Jack. Jack is in darkness again, this time without being able to see. He's gonna just probably let go of the girl that he's dancing with and book it straight towards where the rings were. He feels it's weird, like, narrating your own characters. Like, he feels a blade swing right by him, but it misses. And he gets to the center point and kind of runs into one of the guards, a very big guard. That'll be his turn. Svaxthy.
Presumably, Svaxthy is still in this woman's grasp and
fully in her
feet not touching the ground.
Is grappled.
Great. He once the darkness hits, he just like hisses, "The rings! They're going for the rings!" And he's like starts to squirm his way from the woman's grasp.
She's fighting you on that.
Great. Had a feeling.
Are you gonna try to break out of her grapple?
Yes, with my overwhelming strength.
Or dexterity. You can roll acrobatics or
that I have.
athletics.
Svaxthy is squirmy. All right. Pacha. 4.
You do not break out. She rolled a 14.
Great. That's it.
It's gonna be that woman's turn. She immediately just starts booking it. Just running with you in tow.
My hero. But instead, Svaxthy goes, No!
You all hear
Towards
this.
the rings! Towards the rings! Damn it!
She's running toward like the eastern side of the ballroom.
Svaxthy's gonna kill me!
She takes a full run and dash action with Svaxthy in tow. Near the end of her turn, you would emerge from the darkness and see what I described earlier. Although in this case, you're on the eastern side, which came out of an orb. There's one on the sort of like northwestern, and they're like the one on the southwestern was dispelled.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. Some of the guards are gonna move and just sort of like scramble in there. What's happening? And then you hear like a crash and a glass breaking. Aaron, it is your turn.
Yes.
Shodan.
Oh, wow. I'm assuming I'm still armed, right?
Yeah, they didn't take your
All right.
weapons, weirdly.
All right, cool. Well, that's a good idea. Shodan looks at Reyna and is like, "You a fighter?"
What do you think?
Now's not the time. And I pop out the warhammer.
I don't have a weapon.
Yeah, I assume I'm not wearing my javelins. Fuck. Yeah, get out of here. And I slap her on the butt.
She kind of scoots away a little.
Okay. I pop the warhammer and grab the buckler. Is that action? Bonus action?
I would say that the buckler would take your full action to put on. I know that's not technically explicitly the rules, but as for a free action, you can pull out your weapon.
Great. I do both of those things and I ready myself.
Okay.
Do I see anybody else that in the party?
No, because Bugbear's invisible.
Bugbear's invisible and everybody else is covered in darkness.
Question about that. When she dispelled magic, did that dispel the invisibility?
One creature, object, or magical effect. She dispelled specifically the darkness.
Yeah. Oh, so an effect.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Neat. Yeah, I'm invisible.
So you don't see anyone, although you do hear Svaxthy screaming, and Jack, you hear him in the general you hear him yelling too in the general direction of the rings.
All right. I can tell Svaxthy's not moving towards the rings, so I'm gonna go towards Jack.
Okay. You rush in there. Does a 16 hit you?
Oh, does a 16 hit me? That's a good question. No.
Okay, yeah. A spear glances off your armor or buckler.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're standing there. In terms of what you can feel, you run into a mess of people, just kind of scrambling.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, like there's the ropes are still there. You kind of like run into one, but they're not like well like built into the ground, so you kind of just like knock it over as in your armored form. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, so a turn's gonna happen and you guys don't really see anything because it's in darkness. Hayden, Jingus.
Oh, do I still feel the embrace of Lady Noreen?
Yeah, actually she's gripping onto you like very, very intently.
My lady, and pardon me for asking, do you think it is at all possible that you might reduce your beauty just ever so slightly? I seem to have been blinded by it.
No way.
Jingus, you sly devil.
What do you mean? I can't see anything. What's going on?
Oh, so it's not just me. Okay, it's happening again. No, fear not, my lady. Yif will protect us. I will use my turn, not the turn undead, but the other one. What is it called? There's a thing for it. It's called my channel divinity to cast Twilight Sanctuary, and now everyone within 30 feet of me gets temporary hit points. And they may end an effect on themselves if they are charmed or frightened. They are not any longer. That is what I do as my standard action, as my move action. I shall say, Noreen, tango with me.
And then I'll slowly sort of just walk in a direction.
With her in tow, I'll say that she's not fighting you, but you do move at half speed because you're technically like...
Yep, that's fine.
With her.
Is she upset about how you pronounced Yif?
Yif?
In the moment, she didn't really hear it.
Oh, how many temporary hit points?
So that's at the end of my turn.
Oh.
Did I get attacked by anything when I moved?
Which direction did you move?
I don't know.
You would have...
Just trying to get out of the darkness.
Would you be running away from the rings or towards them?
Probably away at first, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get Noreen out of there.
You emerge and you look if you look around a little bit to your left, you see Svaxthy in the clutches of a very large woman.
Okay, well, that was my move action, and my standard action was casting the Channel Divinity, so that's probably my turn. And then I get 6 temporary hit points. Is there anyone else within 30 feet of me?
Within 30 feet?
Oh, no, that wouldn't matter because it's not the end of their turn. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right, back to the top of the round. Bugbear, what do you do?
So can I see anybody then? I see Shodan.
You see Shodan for sure. Actually, you saw Shodan. He ran into the darkness.
What
You
a bold man.
you might if you move like a little bit, you could probably catch a glimpse of Jingus.
And where did Lady Ladretti run to?
You don't know. She's invisible.
Would she have lost her invisibility when she cast a spell?
It's not an attack. Is it when you cast a spell they lose invisibility? Is it any
Oh,
spell?
yeah. That's
Then
true.
yeah, she would have immediately.
If it's just regular invisibility, she would.
Yeah, if you attack or cast
Okay.
a spell.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So as her invisibility dropped as soon as she dispelled magic on the darkness, and she took off sort of southwest, away from the rings.
I'm still invisible. I'm gonna follow her.
Okay. Okay. Are you doing it stealthily, or are you just like running after her?
Yeah, I'm doing it stealthily. I also have rabbit hop, so I can catch up.
You can.
I get 15 feet of jumping speed
You're getting
in
some real
addition to
mileage
my
out of that.
regular. Mm-hmm.
You can easily catch her, and you're invisible. So roll
Okay,
stealth with
what is my-
advantage.
With advantage, yes. Yes, thank you. Let me see my modifier. That is 17.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, you are running after her, and she doesn't seem to notice. Then again, she doesn't seem really focused on finding you either. She's running and staring at the darkness behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, it's her turn. So she actually stops in place, swivels around, and casts another Dispel Magic, and the easternmost orb just pop disappears. That brings. No, she upcasts Dispel Magic this time and gets rid of both. So there we go. Darkness alleviated. You all come out of darkness, and you turn, and basically what's happening, as far as you can tell, if you were to immediately pick out enemies based off of their Zenfa-esque attire, similar to the ones that you fought the other day, you see 3 figures. You see one, the very large figure who has somehow changed clothes. Magical darkness seems to be encloaking over the large lady that's holding Svaxthy now.
Oh. Oh, the whiplash of emotions I've felt with this woman.
You see also 2 others, one holding Jezere, and one standing literally on top of the rings, hands down in it, crouched with her hands on the rings, ready to jump, basically above both Jack and Shodan and all the guards that are like, 2 of them are on the floor, one of them standing there like freaking out. Then we'll move on to Jack. Jack, seeing the one with the rings, immediately leaps into action and starts trying to whoop ass. So I rolled a 16. That hits. I'm going to just do all the attacks. That hits. And that hits. So 3 attacks. On the first one, he's going to Stunning Strike. And that is a fail. I rolled a 5 plus 3 for the resistance. So first off, we're going to do a bunch of damage. Okay. I kid you guys not. I just rolled 3d6 and rolled 3 6s.
Snaps.
Boy.
Snaps for Jack B. Muggin.
Yeah, jeez.
Jack be
I'm
slugging.
defeating my own villains. Jeez.
That was a celebratory
That was
cheek
good.
noises.
And each one of those is at +4, so that's 30 damage. And 30
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe you didn't need Lady Ladretti.
the Zenfa that is standing over the what's it called? The rings literally just goes out like a light. just
Did you say Zenfa?
Yeah.
Like it's one of the Darklings from earlier?
yes,
It's the same...
they look.
Okay, so that's what.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're dressed the
Gotcha.
same. As far as you can tell, they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are. Yeah, it goes out like a light.
Gotcha.
Like, okay, I should qualify. The big lady doesn't look like a Darkling, but is in similar cloak now. But the other two look the same as the ones that attacked last night. Yeah, but that one goes out. So
Yeah.
Jack and Shodan make a Constitution saving throw because you're both adjacent. Jack rolled a crit success. I don't know what.
Oh,
is
good job,
happening right
Jack.
now.
Constitution saving throw. 14.
I think that was the DC. I think it was 14. So I'm gonna say that you pass and you were not blinded.
Success.
That's Jack's turn. It is now Svaxthy's turn.
There's 2 more, one of whom has me.
One has you. Well, the big
Great.
one has you, and then there's another one carrying Jezere.
Okay, great. I stop squirming. I reposition myself, press my hands against her shoulders or whatever, just lean back a little bit. And it's I don't feel sorry about this anymore. And I'm going to dragon breath all over her.
Got it. Got it. What does your dragon breath do?
It's just a D10 damage or half on a save. It's a DC 8. The whole point of this is just to get her to drop me.
Yeah, she
As
does
I vomit poison all over her.
She does succeed, but could you make it I think an intimidation check actually.
Sure.
You're trying to scare her effectively, right?
Just surprise her so she loosens her grip.
Mm-hmm.
2?
Yeah, she doesn't. She maybe loosens it. I'll give you advantage on your next try to escape, but she still holds on. Is that your turn?
Yeah, she still takes half on a success.
Yes, she is taking that damage.
Okay.
So then it's her turn. She continues to book it towards the window. There's a window. I realized I didn't say that explicitly before, but she's running towards the walls, and there are windows all over every wall. She gets to the window and starts to open it, but that's the end of her turn. It is not a particularly easy window to open, she is realizing.
While she's holding a...
Yeah,
dragon
while
board
she's
now.
also trying to, wrangle a guy.
I'm not heavy.
No, but you're still a person. It is... At this point, you actually all hear crashes as both Corallian Asistochi and Neralt Jibshin both are also whisked away by 2 more of these Darkling figures. You see kind of them emerging out of what was the shadowy darkness that appeared before. When the spells were dispelled, they faded, but as they hit the ground, the shadows formed up into these 2 Darklings that then have run over and have grabbed onto Corellian and Neralt and are making their own escape, just like the one with Jezere. At that point, the guards now actually get a hold of themselves and run over to try and stop them. So they will run and try to make an attack. Vinny misses. The other one that you guys don't know the name of, who has a name but I have not told you yet, ha ha ha. He does.
He's just never gonna have one.
He also misses. Actually, he rolled a 10. And then a third guard gets in the way and rolls a 9. So they all miss. That's how it goes. And we'll move on to Shodan's turn.
Okay. All right. There was a third one on the floor I was on, right?
Third one on the floor you were on? What do you mean?
Darkling. So there's the one that was up above the rings that got flashbanged.
That one's dead. Yes.
There's one carrying off Svaxthy.
And one carrying off Jezere.
On the same... I thought Jezere was up on the floor above.
Sorry, Jezere was on the stairs when she was announcing, but she walked down to join the dance later.
I see.
So no, she's roughly 30 feet away from you right now, being carried away.
I can get there?
Yeah, you can get there.
Yeah, that's where I book it too.
All right.
And I'm going for the baseball swing, so the two-handed on on the
Yeah, just get a good old.
the hammer. Okay, that's a 17 plus 6.
17 plus 6. That hits.
Yeah. Okay, great. So that's a D10 then. Yeah. Oh. D10 plus 3, it's a 5.
5 damage.
And I think I have a second attack, I believe.
You 5th level?
Yep.
Yep, and you do.
All right. Okay, so that's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Awesome. Same dealie.
Yeah.
Threshing the grass on this one. Again. 6, and I want to use some crushing feet to move him.
To move him.
Actually, you know what? No, that's not what I want to do. I want to put some smite in this.
Put some smite in it. Do it. Go it.
Yeah. So that's 2d8. 8 radiant damage.
So, okay. So 14, 19 damage total.
And radiant, if that means anything.
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Is that your turn?
I think that covers it.
Now it is actually yeah. Jingus, it is your turn.
Okay. Is the Lady Noreen? Is she okay?
She's just
She doesn't
holding
seem to
on
be
to you for
kidnapped
dear
by
life
anyone?
at the current moment.
That's good. I say, Lady Noreen, stay with me. There are things I must do, but I think you'll be safest in the light of Yif.
And I will shuffle over so I'm within. There's somebody trying to get out a window right now, right?
Yeah, the big one holding Svaxthy is like trying to like kick the window sill off.
Okay. Oh, they're trying to like kick the window, like break it
Yeah,
open.
basically try to get out. Like they tried first off like trying to get the latch, but it was like locked and all sorts of stuff.
Well, I'll still try what I was going to do anyway. I was going to ready an action, but we'll leave that a surprise for when they get the window open.
So ready in action for when they get the window open.
Yep, just getting within 30 feet of them and ready in action. I can't, since I'm ready in action, I can't cast any spells, really. What else
You
was
have a
I gonna
bonus action
do?
still, technically.
That's true. I do. Which means I can, am I within 30 feet of, Shodan?
Those are all appropriate. It's a regional thing.
No.
60 feet. Am I within 60
You're
feet?
definitely
of them?
within 60 feet. You're like 40
All right,
feet away
Shield of
from them.
Faith, buddy. I'm giving that to you. You got +2 AC.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you.
All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, back to the top. Bugbear, what are you going to do?
Am I still within 60 feet of everybody else?
You are 60 feet from the ring, so you're 60 feet from probably like Jack. You're probably more like 70 feet away from Jingus. But everyone else is further than that.
Okay. I'm gonna, because I want to stick with Lady. By the way, is anyone around Lady Ladretti looking suspicious or like they're following her?
Make a perception check. I won't count this as your action. You can just kind of like have looked around. Actually, perception or insight, whichever you prefer.
Oh. It's the same either way. It's a 10.
Not that you immediately can tell. Like everyone in the ballroom seems to be panicking. You see Ladretti specifically though. She's not like running. She got space between her and what was happening, but she's watching the field. She's like looking to see what she can do.
Okay. I'm going to give some bardic inspiration to Jack then. I'm going to yell out what I yelled out before, or what I joked about before, out of character. Jack be slugging! And then, give you bardic inspiration. And, oh yeah, you still have bardic inspiration, Jingus. Because you never used that after.
I know. I haven't had to yet.
Nice. Cool. And then I'm gonna walk up to like close to Lady Ladretti, and I'm just gonna like staying invisible announce my presence to her. I'm here. I'm looking out for you. Keep doing what you're doing, but I'm right by your side. This is Bugbear.
Okay. And it's her turn. So she immediately whips up a magic missile and throws it at the one carrying Corallian Asastochi, who is sort of relatively near Jingus. 5, 6. 13 damage. She does 13 damage to the one carrying Corallian. It is then Jack's turn. Jack turns and seeing the one that's closest to him, which is the same one that she just attacked, just books it after that one and starts laying into it. Another 3. That misses.
Don't forget you have Bardic Inspiration.
I rolled a 2, so I'm not going to waste it on that.
Not worth it.
That one hits. So D6, that's 7 damage. And then one more attack. That is 8, 12, 14. I will spend the Bardic Inspiration because literally any roll will let me hit. Well, that's weird because I would know that, but I also rolled an 8, so it's fine. That's really weird because I know the DC or the AC. I know whether it succeeds or not.
Now we know.
You could interpret by the rolls anyway by this point. So, and that last one hits, and that does 5 damage. So that one looks pretty hurt, but is still up. All right. It's Svaxthy's turn.
Okay, Svaxthy is gonna like, I see you have a stronger stomach than most. And like, now you're really asking for it. And he's gonna keep squirming and try to get his spell book out.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be an action or
No,
not.
you can. You have the ability to get your spell book out. I assume that you have it at pretty easy access.
I would hope so.
And she's distracted
I'm a
by
wizard.
trying to open the door.
Mhm. In that case, I am going to keep the theme going. I'm going to use Ray of Sickness. No, I'm going to use Caustic Brew.
Caustic brew.
Caustic Brew.
Brew.
It's a 30-foot line, 5 foot wide. She has to make a dex save or be covered in acid.
Okay, what's the save?
That is actually a spell
She rolled a
save,
14,
so-
by the way.
Damn her.
Oh, she
Damn
said that.
her. Yes, it's exactly 14.
Oh, so she saves. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That tracks.
Does that half damage though?
No, the point of Caustic Brew is that they get covered in acid. It takes an action to scrape off, and at the start of their turn, they take 2d4 acid damage.
Okay, where did you fire this caustic brew? Because you're like standing, you're being held right next to the window.
I would have tried to point it down in her face. Svaxthy uses one of his bookmarks as his wand, and he just points it down in her face. It's like, take this.
Okay, so it just shoots straight into the ground and then probably splays across the floor pretty far. People jump out of the way and scream, but only one bystander gets a little touched by it, and they just immediately
Well, they'll
scrape
take
it off.
2d4 acid damage.
Well,
at the
let's
start of
see if
their
they
turn.
die. They took 4 damage. I'm gonna say they didn't die, but they're very severely hurt.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, so it is the
I
big.
wriggle some more.
It is the Darkling's turn. So, well, specifically the big ones at first. So she's going to attempt to kick open. Whoa, that was the weirdest roll. I just caught it with my pinky midair and sent it backwards. It was weird.
Whoa.
She
Sick dice tricks here.
She
D&D
with
stunts.
a invigorated sense of urgency, just slams her foot into the window and it just flies off. The window, the hinge, everything just bursts out the other side.
Damn it.
Why? Well, I mean, that.
As the window flies open, Jingus Kringus impotently yells out, "No!" to use thaumaturgy to slam it shut, but the window goes flying off.
And he goes, "Oh."
Okay, so this is what happens.
Excuse me. Jingus Kringus pronounces it thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy, that's right.
So
Thaumaturgy.
she kicks the window off like outward, right? And in doing that, the window does swing open. Like it's a slider, but it breaks, swings open a little bit, and the thaumaturgy just like slams it back into place, but just mid-air as it flies like 15 feet out the window, or out the building. She is immediately gonna just jump out the window and try to drag Svaxthy through. I'm going to give you another acrobatics check to kind of wriggle out of her grasp here.
Okay. 14.
She rolled a 10, so yeah, you break free. That we'll see how that goes. So she's like, as she jumps through the window, her large form she has to struggle to get through, and in doing so, like, has to let go of you at least with one hand, which gives you the chance to break free.
Freedom!
That being said,
Fall into my death?
no, you're just like, we're on the first floor of this building. Don't worry about it.
Good.
I didn't. I
would not
totally
survive
forgot to
that.
pay off this joke. The ballroom is called the ball pit because the stairs go up at the beginning and then go over a little bridge, like a little level, and then they drop down into the ballroom. So we're at the ball pit. It's a pit. Anyway. Jokes are funnier when you explain them really late.
Yes.
Tee-hee.
If the whole room was covered in cloth, it could be the ball sack. You could. Anyway, good night,
That's
folks.
across the
It's
street.
been real, but that's my cue to leave.
So she's outside. She thinks about it, and then instead of coming back in to try to grab you, she actually seems to just start running. It is then the other Darkling's turn. The one holding Jezere and the one no, the other one died. Yeah, the one holding Jezere starts booking it.
And he would provoke an opportunity attack, would he not?
He would.
All right. Yeah, still golf swinging it.
Still golf swinging it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that would be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Great. Here we go. Don't be mad at me, die. Gah, it was mad at me. That's a 4. And I'm going to spend another spell
To smite.
and smite him again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
8 plus 1. 9.
Oh my god, that is so close. That is so close. This thing looks like a bag of, like, I don't even know. Like, it has a hole in it, but it is limping.
Oh, but wait, just a moment though. Because I hit it, I also have the sentinel feet.
Oh, so it can't move.
So, yeah, it can't move.
It is limping, and then its foot gets cut off, and now it is standing there and can no longer move. So it is going to literally, I realize I did not do a good job of explaining exactly what was happening. This thing has Jezere, and she's like bound up in what looks like magical like bindings. Like dark, the same weird dark goo that they all seem to be made out of. Literally just tries to like throw Jezere to the side and turns around to fight you. That's its action though.
All right.
So she's just on the floor. Shodan, it is your turn now.
All right, sweet. Well, I swung one way. I still have the other way to come back with that threshing I do. So it's first attack is 16. No, wait, no, 18.
That hits.
Great. Okay, 8.
8. You cleave straight through this thing, but in its normal fashion, it splits in half, crumples in on itself, and big flashbang. Please make a Constitution saving throw. DC 14.
Oh man, I should have closed my eyes. What?
It's a solid thing to do.
Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 19.
Okay, you pass. Yeah, you wince at the light, but you were not blinded.
All right, then. Then I just like move over to Lenora.
You mean Jezere?
No, Jezere, sorry. Yeah, Jezere. And
So you're just
like,
standing there.
Providing protection, keeping an eye out.
Got it. Well, it's a good thing you're doing that because immediately the other two, the two that were one carrying Corellian, just books it straight through and jumps through that window. Being such a smaller being, they just slip right through, and Corellian is out the window. The one carrying Neralt, though, weirdly, is fairly close to you. Just drops Neralt like a sack of bones and sprints straight towards you.
Oh.
Straight towards you until the last second where they reach down, they grab Jezere and start booking it. You do have your reaction back, so you can make an attack of opportunity.
All right. Yeah. Oh. I was getting a little too maniac glee with all that, and I rolled a 1.
Cool. Yeah, that you miss.
Uh-oh.
You miss. That is an actual critical failure. I'll just say you swing and you wildly miss, and you spin yourself around, and by the time you look back, they're already like, he's not through it, but the one with is carrying Jezere and is at the window. That's those two. It is now Jingus, your turn.
Yeah. So the one that broke the window open is escaping out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay. And Svaxthy's just there on the ground.
Svaxthy was dropped. He's probably on his bottom, but he's not prone or anything.
But he's outside the ball pit?
No, Svaxthy is on the inside. He couldn't. He
Oh, he's
wasn't
on the
pulled
inside.
through the
Okay.
window. Escaped before he was pulled through the window.
Well, I'm not really much help in combat.
I just realized, Svaxthy, if you wanted to make an attack of opportunity against the one that was holding Corellian, you could have.
With what?
With your hand.
No.
Slap him. All right, there you go. I forgot to say that, but sorry,
okay.
Jingus. Please carry on.
That's okay. I'm trying to figure out what I would even be able to do.
Well, there's one by the window still. Holding Jezere.
It's pronounced sill. Windowsill.
Oh boy. I suppose I could try to whack it with my jewel-encrusted cane, but I don't think I'll hit it. Because I think I have a -1 to attack rolls with this because it's an improvised weapon.
It happens to be a +2 cane.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a good idea to take my chances on that. And they're holding Corellian?
No, Corellian, the one holding Corellian went through the window. This one's holding Jezere.
Okay.
So Corellian has
If I
been
cast
successfully stolen.
Yeah, I can't sleep it because it's got another person with it who might have fewer hit points, so that's not going to work. I really am at a loss for what to do here. I think what makes most sense is just making sure that everybody who is not currently kidnapped stays that way.
Fair.
So I'm just going to ready in action. If anyone goes to scoop up another person, I'm going to try to intercept.
All right, back up to Bugbear.
The one that's inside with Jezere, would I be able to get within 60 feet of it?
I would say you're approximately 100 feet from the window. And I think if you run and then bunny hop and then you can move 40 feet, right?
Yeah.
So if you do that, yeah.
Yeah, I can do 45 with my bunny hop. So I'll get within 60 feet. And I will cast, let's do level 2 Dissonant Whispers. The creature hears a la da 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 ba da ba da da. Just me singing like nonstop, in a sultry jazzy sound. Very, very pleasant to most, you would think. And they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Yeah,
Is
that'll
it
fail.
all of them or just that one? Just the one with Jezere?
It's one creature
Okay.
of my choice. So the one
Got
with Jezere.
Yeah, so they fail.
Nice. So that's going to be 4d6 psychic damage. 11.
Okay, yeah, the whispers kind of crush this one's mind, although this one hasn't been hurt yet, so they are doing all right still.
Okay. And then it has to immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows it to move away from me.
So it books it out the window with Jezere 40 feet.
Does it still move with Jezere if it's part of a reaction?
I don't actually quite know. Here, I will give it a roll d20 over 10. It drops her under 10. It drops her over 10. It holds her. I swear to you, it just rolled a critical success. Like literally a critical success. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, so he's already like hoisting her out the window. This happens and she just jumps out with her. Like not even like crawls through, just leaps through, rolls, and just keeps running. Yeah. That's that one's out the window too.
Great.
On to
Wait. I don't know. That wouldn't help. Never mind.
Okay.
I thought there was a thing I could do, but it's not enough.
Is that the end of your turn then?
Yeah. I'll use my extra 5 feet to move closer to Ledretti.
Cool. Yeah, Ledretti's gonna immediately magic missile level 2 again against she can probably still see the one with Corellian, actually. So she'll against that one 4 7 14 plus 5. So 19 damage. Oh yeah. So the one that had Corellian explodes. Then it is Jack's turn. Jack is gonna sprint straight towards the window. He can, yeah, I think actually no. He would run, see them running away, and then it stopped there. Svaxthy, it is your turn.
They didn't get too far with Jezebel, did they?
Jezere is
Jezere.
like nearly. He's probably around 30 feet out the window.
Oh, easy. Magic missile.
Got it. Go ahead.
I'll use a second level slot.
Nice.
Oh, both of those were 4s. That's 10. 20 damage?
20 damage.
Yeah, I rolled 4 on all of them.
Oh my god.
And then plus 1, so 5.
The
times 4.
one carrying Jezere?
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he explodes. 100%. That one's dead too. So at this point, all you see now is the big one.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the big one's turn. So the big one is actually going to run over and grab Jezere and turn and just start booking it full speed as fast as they can. You actually do see a couple more of the seemingly Zenfa outside. They pick up Corellian and keep running too. I'm going to say at this point, unless you guys if you're really intent on chasing, we can go into that. Or if you want to let them go, they effectively have gotten away at this point.
I can't catch them.
Magic missile's 120 feet. I don't know.
You
I
get
could keep
another.
shooting
You
them.
can get another magic missile off if you want, but none of the ones that are there have been sufficiently hurt. You've killed all the ones that you've attacked, actually.
The rings are safe.
The rings are safe. Just Jezere and Corellian,
That was our charge, I guess, is keep the rings safe and, behave ourselves.
Yep. Okay, so then as combat comes to an end, you see people kind of rushing and guards rushing over to, they run over to Neralt and they sort of like wrestle the like weird bindings off. And as soon as they push them off, they break and then like dissipate. And Neralt stands up. What is going on here? Where's Jezere? Did they just take my... What are those sent for? What? Ah! And he seemingly storms up the stairs.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
I rolled a 2,
He seems,
but I have a plus.
he seems pretty upset. He's pretty upset.
I'll roll it as well.
My plus is 4.
I only got a 12,
He
though.
seems
Six.
pretty upset. Like, it seems genuine.
He seems pretty upset. We should give him space. He was almost kidnapped.
Yeah, you still, Jingus, to be clear, you still have Nareen, like, in your
Oh.
arms.
Hello, I didn't notice you. I was in the heat of the battle. I didn't know you were still... You can let go if you want.
Well, thank you. Thank you for protecting me.
Oh, it was nothing. Duty to my country and Heath.
I ran straight up to Lady Ladretti as soon as we come out of combat.
She just seems a little stunned more than anything at all of this. Just staring blankly at the whole scene, staring at the rings, staring at the window.
First off, you okay?
I'm
you look
fine. Is everyone else all right?
okay. Looks like a couple people are taken. Part of your family. And
yes, I could see that.
I was telling you right as the darkness came over us that I think your family is being targeted. Last night, they came after your daughter. We fought them off. And now they've come after you at this ceremony. I would not be surprised if this were to keep happening. Why would the Zenfa be targeting you?
Us alone, I can understand a couple of reasons. Why would they be targeting Jezreel? Just doesn't make sense.
And my friend Svaxthy. Maybe they don't want the wedding to happen.
Why would they care about a simple wedding?
I mean, it's not very simple. It's like two of the most high-profile people in all of Lamgoh.
Yes, but it's a wedding. It's not going to change anything. I mean, it's going to change some of the political dynamics between the families and all sorts of stuff. But
Oh, wait, but that's it. Hi, I'm here now.
Yeah,
and you are?
you're fast.
I'm squirmy.
Sorry. Who are you?
This is Svaxthy. He's one of the groomsmen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whatever. Too many things. What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by what? What does he mean by that?
You were saying something.
Oh.
Oh, yes, well, last night, your daughter specifically mentioned they were trying to stop the wedding.
That
And I don't know, perhaps if some political shiftings are going to happen, then maybe that's part of it. I don't know why I'm so
You'd
snippy
know better
right
than
now.
anyone, right?
Guards! Guards!
Who would seek to benefit from
Can you
this?
please make a report, figure out what has happened, who's missing, what is going on, and try to find wherever they went? Oh my lord, what is going on? I need to sit down. She, finds a seat. Noreen, is Noreen all right?
Yes, she seems to be her grip is quite strong. I think it is
Well,
breaking my humerus.
You're fast when you want to be. How'd you get up here so fast?
At this point, kind of things settle down a little bit as people gather themselves. Some of the guests start being escorted out. The guards come up, though, and issue a report to Ladretti. I assume you're sort of just, sticking near her for the next couple minutes. And they say 4 people were stolen, or 4 people were kidnapped. Corallian Asastochi, Jezere Jibshin, Duckdaphius Duckworth from off the terrace, and a member of the Trelapians.
Was it Lord Laurelin?
Which member?
They say it was Dorian Weatherwood, but none of you really, the name doesn't ring a bell for anyone. Just seemed to be maybe something deeper, but maybe just someone who was unfortunately in the wrong place.
Were we within earshot to have heard this?
You are all standing right there, next to.
Great. Could we group huddle real quick?
Oh, yes.
Jingus Kringus will turn around.
I will turn
as he
around
does.
as well.
Jack stands facing the opposite direction as usual.
What's going on?
These kidnappings sound a whole lot like someone is getting their own wedding party together.
Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute.
Oh my.
No.
Has Lady Lenora not gotten her wedding party together? Has she just gotten her wedding party together? Or is there a third person coming in to try and sweep in and take over the wedding?
Well, yeah, but
Can I roll some sort of check to know what I know about Lamgoh weddings and rogue wedding parties?
why would she
History
kidnap
check.
people she knows?
I'm terrible at history, but I think, have that bardic inspiration. I'll give myself guidance as well.
I do know history, so I'll try. No.
Okay. Ooh. So I rolled a 17, plus 0, plus 4 from guidance, plus 3 from bardic inspiration. 24.
What's the question exactly?
What do I know about Lamgoh weddings and wedding parties and how many there are supposed to be?
Can a third party come in and scoop out the one?
Great use of bardic inspiration.
Well, it feels like the session's about to end, so I gotta use it.
There's no precedent for like additional wedding party like faction wars. Generally how the wedding goes is that between two commoner folks, they have, they get engaged and they have a wedding party as normal, like generally people that they are close to. They exchange letters as we've seen, and they throw a party for the families without the bride and groom to be.
Because they're not allowed to see each other.
They're not allowed to see each other during those 5 days leading up to it. From there, the wedding actually takes place, and there is an after party post the wedding, which the bride and groom will be at. But no, this is it would be very weird to assume that somebody is like, yeah, I need my own wedding party to crash this wedding.
But Svaxthy, they tried to kidnap you. Don't you think they would already know that you are taken?
That's a good point. It was very strange that they tried to take me. I wonder why.
Was it just because you happened to already be in the arms of that muscular angel?
I feel it's possible that this was clearly targeted, so they must have been, it was intentional. I can only think of 2 reasons as to why. The first is that I have a connection to Svaxthy. I mean, it's a lie, but we are pretending that I'm his family. But the other is that I work for the Assastoches, so I don't know.
Yeah, but what about Duckworth? Why would they kidnap
He's
him?
the greatest actor in Lamgoh. I mean, currently, but not forever. Probably.
Better. Sure.
Jeez,
better.
Lexi.
Well,
Gotta work on this kind of stuff.
What?
I do. Duckworth lost a few points in my book after he carved his name into my arm, so
He doesn't even know how to sign autographs right.
I'm in Camp Cumberbunn
Schiff.
now.
I don't know. I'm getting the sense this is all staged.
I like you. Bardic inspiration again.
Oh, thank you. I'll use it wisely.
I've got 2 more
It could
uses
be
left.
part
We're
of
gonna
the
milk this
wedding.
for all it's worth.
Like, like the merits of that could be like if they wanted to have a wedding where they upstaged Svaxthy's wedding. I don't think that's the case because
Who
that's
would
like
want to
asking to
do
be murdered.
that?
I think we're overthinking it. I think they just don't want the wedding to happen. They're trying to capture guests,
stealing the
people
guests,
important to
yes.
all sides. Thinking that if you're important to Svaxthy, and I don't know,
I
some
mean,
of the
that's
other
a
people
really
are important to the Assastoche.
tenuous link right there.
Well, what do you think, though? Is it our charge to find these kidnappers and deal with them?
Oh, that?
Wasn't
No.
like, doesn't the Egyptian, aren't the Zenfar like part of the Egyptian though?
Well, that's what Wait,
That's what Svax.
who said that they worked for the Duke?
Svaxthy said that.
Svaxthy
And he
said
works
that.
for the Duke. He's pretty high, so I would assume that he would know.
Is
What
Svaxthy
if-
trying to ruin his own wedding?
Or is the Duke trying to ruin Svaxthy's wedding? Think about it. A consolidation of power, his right-hand man and the most powerful house in all the kingdom united, they could overthrow the Duke.
Gasp.
Perhaps we should pay a visit to the Duke.
I don't know.
What? We should what to the Duke?
Pay him a visit. Ask him how he feels about it. I know him. I've met him.
We could do that. That's also
He's
asking
a
to
pretty
get
nice
murdered.
guy.
I
He
think.
has a lot of chins, but I don't think that makes him necessarily someone who would ruin a wedding.
Hold on. What does that mean?
Well, he has many. He's very corpulent,
You saw the
okay.
portraits.
He's
he
a
has,
large
he
man.
has several chins.
rolling chins.
Got it. See, I was thinking of Frankie from One Piece kind of thing.
In the old language of Lamgoh, the word 5 was pronounced jib. And so his family is known for having a lot of chins. 5 chins usually. So they're
Jib
called the
chin,
jib
yes.
chins. Yeah, yeah.
Which
that's
the
what it
sh
was?
Yes,
became
it's-
softened to
Huh.
become sh, so it's jib shin.
Mm-hmm. It was a linguistic
Yeah.
thing, but it's canon now, so
Yeah,
that's,
it's
that's
just
how it goes.
Fascinating.
As they age, they do grow many more chins. It's a
Mhm.
unfortunate
It's like a
quirk,
tree, a chin per 30 years.
but- right. Smart sort
20
of
years.
marks their age.
Well, this has been a useful group huddle.
Just as useful as all the rest, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, maybe we should report back to Svaxthy and get the rings.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, probably.
You actually see because the rings are like one is owned by the Asastochi, one is owned by the Egyptians. The rings have been like, for lack of a better term, they've been jailed and like locked into like safe boxes and like taken off to their own, the same way that they came, with extra guards.
Problem solved.
Yeah. As you stand up and get ready to leave, the only thing that you catch on the way out is... Actually, could you all make a perception check for me?
Yes.
I hope you...
One.
I'll use Bardic
I
Inspiration
hope
on
you
that. Why
all
not?
roll so bad
That's
that I
facts.
don't get to say
Damn
the
it.
thing that I was going to say.
I got a
Well, I sure
11.
did.
16.
I'm thinking about muscles.
Perception?
Yeah.
19.
Okay, so if you rolled over a 10... If you rolled over a
Yeah.
10...
Oh, I
you
did.
see,
good.
you
11.
see Noreen and Neralt over by the staircase talking, pretty intently, very upsettedly, like kind of screaming at each other a little bit. For those that rolled high, so basically, for Shodan and Jingus, you kind of catch the conversation a little bit on your way out, basically being like, "What were the Zenford even doing here? They were part of your cults or whatever. Why don't you just... You want to get to the bottom of this or else this wedding is over." That was Noreen.
That was Neralt saying that.
That was
to,
sorry. My voice slipped. That was Noreen yelling at Neralt.
Oh. See? You know, that's... Okay, okay.
Because they have the
Set
same
up.
voice. I just changed the pitch. I want to point that out. Because Noreen is just up here, and Neralt is just down here. How could they? Anyway, so yeah, you head off into the night. A carriage takes you back to Svaxthy, and I think it's about there that we'll call it.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, it's probably a good thing Aaron's up next, because the ideas I have.